Are you not entertained? Get it. He doesn't fucking get it. He does not get it.
All right. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. This is your host for today, King Bucho. Mr. BDA is still in a crusade. We're doing cocaine off a hooker's ass. All right. We already have somebody in the Hangouts, which is Captain Hook. So welcome to the show, Captain.
What's going on? What's going on?
Not much, man. Friday show. I mean, we have a fight tonight. Some people don't even know that. We have Andrade, whatever you want to call him. He will be fighting Akavov. That's on the DAZN. So I'm going to watch it. It starts at 7. The main event, I have no fucking idea when it starts. But I don't know. Either we stop the show right before the card starts, or we go after that, and we continue the show during the fights. We'll see about that. All right, some people said that they will be joining the show soon, so in the meantime, let's just give some shout outs to the people in the chat. Who do we have here? All right, we have Mario G, Brandon White, Pete Stamas, of course, the Quacks, well, Saint Brit, the Shepherd Sons, AA Boxing and Blunts, and Dominic Brown. All right, I'm not done yet with the invitations, so I'm gonna keep doing this. Just give me 1 second. Gonna invite AA Blunts. Gonna invite Cameron. All right, we should be okay now. All right, so Captain, are you excited about tonight's fights, or did you even know about this fight?
Oh, I'm going to be quite honest with you. No, I did not.
Oh, Jesus.
I had really no idea that was going on.
Yeah. Well, it's on a Friday as well, right? So that's kind of weird. But on top of that,
it was like last week with the Sunday fight. I don't understand what that's all about, but
yeah,
it is what it is, I guess.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing that Mushroom Boxing didn't want to compete with tomorrow's fight, which is Pacquiao against Crawford, so that might explain it.
Yeah, I don't know if Andrade, he definitely doesn't have the mass appeal that Broner or Pacquiao has, so it'd be kind of they'd be fighting a losing battle in that one, no?
Yeah, and it's funny how, well, it's a bit obvious that the DAZN or Mushroom Boxing, they're trying to portray Andrade as like a top middleweight. I mean, he's a top 10 middleweight, but they're trying to like compare him to Golovkin, Jacobs, or Canelo. Like he's one of those 3 boxers. Like he's in the mix, and he's really not. I mean, of course he has a belt, but he hasn't fought anybody.
No, I mean, like I think it goes without saying, I didn't even know he was fighting tonight, and he's on a Friday night, so that tells you everything you need to know right there.
Yeah, and he's the main event. It's the main event. This guy, come on, and he's not fighting anybody relevant. So, yeah, I don't understand.
I don't understand, but I do like the DAZN. I like DAZN. I like the idea of it, that it's coming out and it's new, fresh. They're paying these. They're putting out some money, you know, at least to Canelo, and it's something new that maybe it's good for the sport, you know.
Yeah, let's
you get
talk
tired
about
of
that.
it after a while. You get tired of this. HBO and Showtime rivalry lasted for I don't know how many years, and it got real old real quick, you know.
Yeah, let's talk about the zone and the concept of it, the streaming aspect, the fact that you only pay $10 in the United States, and that's it. You get everything that comes with the zone. You don't have to pay extra. I remember years ago when they were saying that Al Heyman was gonna end pay-per-views. He was gonna bring boxing back on network television. Obviously, that was a lie, or it was a complete failure. Either way, it didn't happen. And now he's giving us more pay-per-views than ever, right? How many PBC pay-per-views have we had? We had Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Then we had Spence Jr. against, what's his name, Garcia.
Yeah.
Pacquiao against tomorrow's fight, Broner.
How many fights has he given you on pay-per-view that have no business being on a pay-per-view? How about that? So then you had like ESPN Plus did their streaming service. They have it's sort of on the same along lines as DAZN, right? But for me, I don't know about you. It was horrible. Like every fight that I watched, it lagged. I was getting notifications on my phone about the winner through ESPN before I saw the winner on the app.
Well,
which just drives me insane.
Mean, you gotta give it some time, I guess. I mean, let's give it like the benefit of the doubt that they're gonna fix that problem. Because I recently got DAZN like 3 months ago or something, but I did read reviews before subscribing, and a lot of the reviews were complaining about lagging issues and stuff like that. But apparently, they did manage to fix them, and I haven't had any problems. So maybe it's gonna be the same thing with ESPN Plus. I don't know.
Okay. I have no problems with DAZN. Any of the getting online and everything and watching the fight. I have no problem with that. The only thing I had a problem with was ESPN Plus. There's a lot. You could tell there's a lot more money behind the DAZN than there is on ESPN Plus. I mean, ESPN isn't doing so hot at all. Period. Much less their boxing out.
Well, which is surprising. I mean, it's not like ESPN is bankrupt, right? I mean, it's a huge corporation, but I don't think it's doing that well.
Really, I don't think. Yeah. I'm not going to say it as a fact, but I'm almost positive they are actually into some trouble. And I've heard about that through football because they were paying all those analysts all sorts of crazy money. And I think they actually are in a little bit of. They're owned by Disney, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. It's ABC, no? ABC, Disney, and like Disney owns all of those channels. But I was gonna say something about shit. I forgot. Oh yeah, DAZN. Oh yeah, you're saying that DAZN has a lot of money, right? That's the thing, and some people are fucking stupid, man. When Canelo announced that he was gonna be fighting on DAZN for 11 fights and $365 million, some people started like counting, like, okay, so how many pay-per-view? How many people are gonna have to watch every fight in order to break even? And it's like they're so dumb. They were only counting like American subscriptions. I mean, DAZN is in multiple countries, and they're in Germany, Japan, recently Spain, and Canada. So you can't. These people are just, oh yeah, well, let's see how many Americans watch a Canelo fight, and let's start like. Calculating how many people have to watch from the US. It doesn't fucking work like that. There's other people in other countries that are fucking getting DAZN as well. Jesus, this like American-centric worldview is just, it's a bit crazy, man.
Especially when it comes to boxing, right? Like, yeah, have the US centric view with football, with American football, obviously, with that, but with boxing, you'd have to imagine that boxing is way more popular by country. I'm talking about, obviously, collective. It blows the U.S. out of the water. But as far as the popularity of boxing, I don't. Do you run across that many boxing fans in your day-to-day life, living in I'll say it, in the Americas? That's Mexico, America, and Canada. You don't. But I think
Uh,
overseas, I think overseas it's much more popular.
yeah, I think so. In Quebec, it's pretty popular, but it's not like crazy. I mean, I'm sure in the UK it's maybe more popular for sure. But I get what you're saying. It's boxing is a global sport, first of all. Um, the United States, like the NFL, is not global. It's a huge sport in the United States, like the number one sport, but it's not global, man. And people have to understand this. Boxing is on another level. So when you try, when you're just focusing on what Americans think about boxing and whether that determines if boxing is doing well or not, it's wrong. You can't do that.
Too small of a market share for sure. Like with the perfect example is Deontay Wilder, right? Like, say what you want about a fight. Excuse me. Say what you will about him as a fighter. If you like him, you don't like him, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't take away the fact that he's supposedly the heavyweight champ, an American heavyweight champ. If that dude were to walk down in New York City, people walk right past him, don't realize who he is. If that were to be in the 50s, that would be unimaginable. It would be unimaginable for the heavyweight champ to walk down New York and not be fucking mobbed with a sea of people, you know?
Yeah. Obviously, different times, the exposure was much different, obviously, right? You had a lot of boxing. When did you see the 30s? Your example?
No, the fifth, like take any
50s?
era outside of the 80s and 90s and
Yeah,
beyond.
okay,
Like,
yeah.
Mike Tyson walks down the street, okay? Muhammad Ali walks down the street. It doesn't matter. People would recognize him instantly.
Yeah, well, yeah. Network television was a big factor in that, right?
Well, that goes back to your boy Heyman there with your pay-per-views.
Yeah. So, fuck, man, we're all over the place here, but whatever, man. There's no topic right now. But yeah. Okay, so let's go back to this. So Al Heyman, and he said that he was going to bring boxing back on network television. He was going to end pay-per-views. Obviously, he was lying. None of those things happened. He went back to Showtime, all right? And then now has fights on Fox as well. Which, listen, the Fox deal, you got to respect that. It's network television. However, we're back to in the same situation in which we were a few years ago when Al Heyman went to network television, which was all great, but the problem was that he wasn't putting on the fights that people wanted to see. All right, and this is what's happening with Fox as well. Everybody's clapping and happy, but that's not the end of it. Now he has to put on good fights, and he's not fucking doing that.
So we hit on this on the cast last night. We actually touched on this, that and I think what people don't realize is, especially if you're not, and I really don't like when people would throw around the word casual boxing fan, because let me tell you something, that's how you grow a sport. Is the hardcore fans don't grow a sport, casuals do, so to speak. You know, they're the ones that come in mass. They're the ones that buy all the merch, buy all the views, you know.
Yeah.
So when you say that, when they come in and they see Al Heyman fights, and they see they buy that pay-per-view, and he puts on the fights that make the most money, not them, or the most convenient rather. And it's not fights people want to see. There it is again, killing the sport again. Every time someone turns on the show, like an example I used yesterday, to show their son what boxing is, here's what we have to watch, boys. Like the last time I watched a fight, I was watching action. I turn it on a couple years later, and it's some garbage, you know. And nonetheless, and even worse if it's a pay-per-view.
Yeah, and that's a good point of what you mentioned. Going back to what you said about the casual fans being very important for the sport. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of these commercials and promos for upcoming fights, they are not targeting the hardcore fans. I mean, you're a hardcore fan. You don't need a promo. You don't need a commercial ad or shit like that to buy a pay-per-view or watch a fight, because you're already interested in the fight because you know both boxers. All of this marketing, the commercials and the promos, they're targeting the casuals, right?
That's every business, my man. Like it doesn't matter what business you're in. If you're if entertainment, especially if you're targeting the hardcore fan, that by its definition of hardcore fan, what does it take to be a hardcore fan? A lot of research, a lot of time, a lot of a great passion for the sport. If you were a boxer or you box as a workout or whatever, and then you developed a passion for the sport, very few people do that. So by definition, you're talking to a smaller group of people. So not only can you just find the normal guy and normal girl that wants to watch a fight, that by definition, you would have to find the group of those people that actually are quote unquote hardcore fans. So if you're trying to get rich off them, or if you're trying to grow the sport off them, will you have better debates? Will you have better conversations? Possibly. Sometimes that backfires too. You have a conversation with a quote unquote hardcore fan. It turns into someone getting into their ideals and never wanting to think outside the box. So even that's not true. But in any event, you can't grow the sport and you can't get rich off hardcore fans. They don't pay the bills.
Yeah. That takes us to, well, like Floyd Mayweather. How we can talk all night about whether he was good for the sport or not, right?
Well,
short term,
did he drive people to buy the pay-per-views but was he good for the sport? Because it's like, listen, how many times was it like dude, I work in an office, corporate environment, right? So and I'll just say I'm an engineer, so I work with a different, like a certain mindset of people, if that makes any sense. Like but they're definitely not in that mindset of boxing fans. Like to find a boxing fan where I work is very, very few and far between. So, but when you do talk to them about a fight, the first name they bring up is Mayweather, because that's what they know, which is fine. Like whatever, that's great. You know what? It's exposure to the sport. But what is that exposure? What is that exposure? Is it the other engineer coming up and talking to me like, oh, Mayweather, I'm going to watch the Mayweather fight, but all he does is throw really, really soft shots. And it's like he's repeating something he heard on ESPN. Fair enough, but that's not a good exposure to the sport. That doesn't make him. He's not saying, "Oh, I'm going to Floyd Mayweather." Oh, and also, who's this other guy he's fighting? Who has he fought? No, they're coming to see a circus act.
Yeah. So they might know his name, but are they willing to buy the product? And that's the problem. Also, I think that short term, he might have been good for the sport because the numbers will tell you that, people were actually buying the fights. But I believe that a lot of these people were buying the fights because they heard about Mayweather and they wanted to see what it's all about, right? But then they would watch a shitty fucking crappy fight and then that would be the end of it. They will no longer buy the next fight. And you could see Floyd's numbers going down, especially after the Pacquiao fight. After he fought Pacquiao, nobody wanted to see him again. You see the numbers against Broner, complete garbage. Those numbers were garbage. So what was it? So what does that tell you? That they never really wanted to watch Floyd because he was excited or anything. It was just the novelty of the popularity of Floyd attracted certain fans, but just short term, long term, he fucked up the sport because now nobody wants to watch fucking boxing. They think that Floyd is boxing, that Floyd Pacquiao is boxing, man. Boring as fucking fighters. I'm ranting here.
No, but you're dead on though, because it's unfortunate. And listen, man, like I'm not one of these people who is going to sit here and tell you that Floyd Mayweather is a bum or Floyd Mayweather is this, that. He's not. He's not a bum. That's unfair, and it's just completely false to say he's a bum. He's very skillful, has a lot of talent for sure, 100%. Is it the fight that maybe as you when you're when we'll go back to this term, maybe if you're a casual, the fights you want to see is the bloodbath, right? Provodnikov. If your exposure, if Provodnikov, what we're talking about, Provodnikov Bradley, if that fight had the same exposure as Mayweather Pacquiao, are you kidding me? If people turned into that, they would have been like, holy shit, like, oh, I can't believe this. I have to watch the next fight. Because that's what they want to see. They want to see two guys stand in front of each other and beat the hell out of one another. But look at my dummy brother putting his camera on.
Your camera's on.
But this idea that you give Pacquiao Mayweather that much exposure, like you're saying, kind of ruins the sport.
Yeah. I think he
They
did
think
ruin
that's
the
what it is.
sport. And we saw the pay-per-view numbers decline. And we're not talking just about Mayweather fights. We're talking about other fights that took place after this fiasco that was the Pacquiao Mayweather. So, yeah, I don't think he was good for the sport. And by the way, a lot of these people who were buying their pay-per-views were Mexicans. And that's why fucking Mayweather was fighting all these Latinos all the fucking time, man. So, anyways, I don't know.
You think he was using their base to drive up his numbers?
Of course. Of course,
Right.
man. Like, they all try to do that, man. Even Golovkin, Mexican style. But then at the same time, okay, Golovkin, I don't give a shit if he's talking about Mexican style. He actually is exciting to watch. So that's why, that was the main reason.
It's the same thing. He's pandering, right?
Yeah, he's pandering, but at the same time, he was providing something, which is that's why he was popular. It wasn't just because he was throwing the Mexican style term every fucking after every fight. It wasn't that made him popular. It was the fact that he was exciting. But some dummies think that Mexicans were only buying Golovkin or watching Golovkin fights because he was just throwing that Mexican style term around. Yeah, are you kidding me? How dumb do you think Mexicans are? I mean, they were actually watching this guy because he was exciting.
Yeah, they want to see the knockouts. That's understandable. I like seeing knockouts, but you evolve. I'm sure as you know too. Like you evolve as a fan. Like at first, all you want to see is two guys beat the shit out of each other. But then you learn, like after you learn a few things about what once you can respect what they're doing. After a while, you kind of like. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing a knockout, but you kind of develop a better taste for the sport, so to speak.
Yeah. All right. I need to calm down here. Drinking too much coffee and talking about Floyd Mayweather and how he ruined the sport.
Me too, man.
I know.
I'm pacing around my house like a fucking madman.
All right, Pete there. Pete, are you there? Predator. Do I have some Predator sounds?
I'm here, Bucho.
What up?
Bucho,
Yeah.
you hear me or what?
Yeah, I
Get
can
your
hear
nose
you,
off
man.
that
Just let me increase your volume. I can do it from here. All right, go ahead, man. What's up, man? Welcome to the show.
What's up, Bucho? How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Thanks for
Just
having
ranting
me.
here.
Hey, brother.
Talking about fucking Floyd. Shit.
Pete loves Floyd, man. Like fucking my brother. The last fight, he came in with a big TBE hat on, like the TBE hat, and like he had the cheetah print shirt, and then
God.
he had some old school Hublot, the Hublot shorts, like the ones they wear.
Yeah.
Autographed across the front. And it said to my biggest, and I do mean biggest fan, Pete.
Oh man, yo Pete.
You're a nice guy. You're a nice guy. But I don't fucking cut it when you're bullshitting and fucking around like this.
All right. Are you really a Floyd fan?
Oh my god. No, fuck no, man. He's the worst thing that ever happened.
I think your connection is fucking up, both of you guys.
Shit. Let me go on. Let me straighten my shit out here, and I'll be back.
Yeah, right, man. All right, let's read some comments from the chat. Jason Bourne, of course, he hates La Puta, I think he calls him. Jason Bourne says, the haters are thumbing down this podcast. Let's hit the like, people. Yeah, let's hit the like button, people. We always have like a bunch of fucking scumbags who just come here, try to give us some thumbs down. That's because we're telling the truth, man. No, we're not. Graham Lanson in the chat sounds like the predictor. What are you talking about? Who else do we have in the chat? Big Boys Boxing. That's Kiwi Boxing. He's there. He says Floyd is history. Moving on. Yeah, let's move on. Fuck Floyd, man. Just getting fucking angry for no reason. Let's read the news. All right. Before we get to Pacquiao Broner. Well, this is all news that I wrote here. Wilder and Fury, the rematch purse bid. The deadline for the purse bid will be February 5th. All right, I wrote it all incorrectly here. Basically, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder have to come to an agreement to fight or else there will be a purse bid on February the 5th. So the WBC is saying that if they don't come to an agreement, purse bid on February the 5th, that's the deadline. And more importantly, apparently Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing said that he said he's willing to join the purse bid if it happens. So he's gonna make a crazy bid. That's what he said, a crazy bid. So man, wouldn't that be crazy if Eddie Hearn ends up winning the purse bid for Fury against Wilder?
Yeah, how does that work with what we were talking about? How does that work with DAZN and everything?
Well, listen, I'm not an expert on this, but basically from what I read is, well, what will happen is basically Eddie Hearn has the rights for the fight. No, I mean, he can put the fight wherever he wants, as long as both fighters get paid and everything, and he wins the purse bid. I think that's what happens. So he would. But
DAZN's been signing these fighters exclusive, though, correct?
Yes, but he would only get this fight though if he wins the purse bid. That's it. He doesn't own the fighters. He doesn't. That's it. Just the purse bid that he wins.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that would be pretty fucked up. Now the problem is that Fury has. Well, the problem basically why the fight would not take place is because Fury is a potential candidate to fight Anthony Joshua, maybe on April 13. And Fury also stated a potential fight in the United Kingdom before a rematch with Wilder. So those are the rumors behind Fury right now, or that's what some of the reasons why he wouldn't fight Wilder. What else did I write here?
I don't. From what I've heard, and who knows if this is true, but like from what Hearn's saying is that he's sending out offers to Wilder and not getting a response back. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's like who knows what you can believe in that. But
well, let's get to that. Apparently, they asked not apparently I did see when they asked Frank Warren about what it would take for Tyson Fury to fight Anthony Joshua. And he said 50-50 split. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So you're saying that Tyson Fury will not fight Anthony Joshua, who has 3 belts, if it's not a 50-50 split? Well, wait a minute. How much did Fury get against Wilder? Was it a 50-50 split? Is Fury going to get a 50-50 split against Wilder in the rematch? Doesn't make fucking sense. Him asking a 50-50 split.
But I think they said 50-50 split, and Hearn came back and was pretty much, I forget the exact quote, but he was, completely blew it out of the water as if it was never going to happen, and came back with like a 60-40. He said 60-40.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I think so. I can look it up.
Yeah, but anyways, the 50-50 split is ridiculous. I mean, I'm sorry, man. Even if Fury's still the lineal champ, whatever, this guy didn't get 50-50 against Wilder, who only has 1 fucking belt, hasn't fought anybody. And then he wants and then Frank Warren wants a 50-50 split for Fury against Anthony Joshua in the United Kingdom, which is going to generate even more money than the fight against Wilder. And Anthony Joshua has 3 fucking belts. I don't fucking get this, man.
50-50 ain't happening, but
it ain't happening, man. Even if Wilder fought Anthony Joshua, it's not going to be a 50-50 fight. So
Wilder has 0 chance of 50-50. It's fucking insane. But Wilder, like we were talking about before, has no draw, dude. People don't know who he is. They may have like fleeting, that may know like if you say his name and you maybe say like a story that he was in, maybe they might know who he is. But and I got news for you. As far as negotiating power, when he fought Fury, that was bad on his part because a lot of people came away from that fight. Americans, I'm talking about. I would bet me included came away Fury fans.
Why is that?
When in Wilder, because he's a tough bastard, man. Like I know that was me. Like I knew who he was. Obviously, I've seen his fights, but when he got blasted like that and got up, got up off of that, especially the second knockdown, when he got up like that and showed all that heart, and then more importantly for me, anyways, how class act he was after the fight. you know, not talking trash, didn't take anything away from Deontay Wilder, kept it right down the middle and kept on moving. I came away a fan. I am now a Tyson Fury fan. I'll tell you that.
So I guess his performance, his heart is what, made you a Fury fan. So yeah, that's how boxing goes, man. That's the story. That's what people want to see. You know, people going through hardships, overcoming them, just like a fucking movie. Sorry, I was going to go back to Floyd, but I don't want to make that comparison. So let's move on.
Sure.
All right. What else did I write here? Oh yeah, there were rumors that what if Frank Warren wins if he takes it purposely to a purse bid situation, and then what if Frank Warren wins the purse bid and takes the fight to the UK? But I don't think Frank Warren has the money to do this.
I'm not. I know. Obviously, I know who he is. I'm, and maybe that says all you need to say about it.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. What else did I write here? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna get into the Broner fight. Well, before that, let's just talk about.
As he in the chat put it. Fury won the story. One story of the fight. Right. That's a good way of putting it. No?
Using Max Kellerman's term. Yeah. I mean, that's how boxing works. That's what the human. How would you call it? That's what humans want, basically. Story.
I mean, I get I get that the flashy guy is pretty popular in certain circles, but I think there's a lot of people out there just like seeing the humble guy. Confident, of course. That's nothing wrong with that, but. I like seeing the humble guy in there. Pacquiao's a perfect example of tonight. Handled it perfectly in the press conference.
Well, let's talk about that press conference. Obviously, I don't know if, well, not obviously, but you probably know about what Broner said to Al Bernstein, right?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing, start to finish.
Okay.
I like press conferences. I watch this.
Really? They're fucking boring usually, no? I mean, you gotta skip.
Listen, man, I'm not the best. I'm not the best when it comes to boxing. At rattling off stats and rattling off, fighter or whatever. Fuck, who cares? The history. Everybody's going back to, Macho Camacho. Fucking, I knew his towel boy. Okay, I don't get down like that. But I do like the business side of boxing. It interests me a lot because it's so scummy, really. But I like the press conferences. Watching them.
You gotta skip the first 20 minutes or 25 minutes because all it is thank you for coming, and you have the president of the MGM or whatever, the manager, I don't know what the hell you call him, talking about how happy he is. You gotta skip those 20 minutes.
Yeah, I like watching the promoters talk because I like seeing their faces. I like seeing who they are. I like seeing how they're standing and bullshitting me. I love when the president of any of the commissions get up there, start fucking.
You're joking, right?
I like being bullshitted. I don't know. I like hearing their fucked up third grade tactic, fucking roundabout ways of bullshitting all the boxing fans. I love it. I honestly do. It's a good laugh. You know what I mean? Sit back.
Do you miss Richard Schaefer's speech during the press conferences?
Who's that?
You remember Richard Schaefer was the guy with Golden Boy, the Swiss banker. Oh, anyways. All right, we have Kiwi Boxing, Big Boys Boxing on the line. Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, man. How you boys doing?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
You want to talk some heavyweight boxing now that you're here?
Yeah, man. Why not?
All right. Well, let's go back a bit. Tell us about what you know about the purse bid and all that crap, because I'm not an expert on these things, so maybe you know more than me.
So, yeah, we got that purse bid scheduled for the 5th of February if a deal isn't reached, and they've changed their percentages to 60-40. According to the WBC, it's because of Fury's his
standing
market value. Yeah. But usually they at 70-30 for the WBC, so they've bent their rules a bit there, but that's nothing new for the WBC of late. So, bit of an interesting situation. Eddie Hearn's thrown that cat amongst the pigeons with offers for both of them at 40%. I guess Deontay Wilder can't take that or he gets stripped of his belt. So kind of puts Tyson Fury in a power position, really, doesn't it? He can push for more percentage against Wilder in negotiations. And if he doesn't get what he wants, he can go, well, fuck you, I'll go and fight Joshua for 40% and twice as much money. So, interesting situation.
What are the chances that it goes to a purse bid, in your opinion?
I guess it depends on how hard Tyson Fury's pushing for. I'd be pushing for 60-40 in his favour if I was him. Wilder's team won't like it, but I don't know. I guess 50-50 is realistic. And if he's maybe pushing for 50-50, maybe the fight will happen. And I guess it depends on how much he wants that Joshua fight as well. Does he really want it yet, or does he want some more comeback fights before he takes on the big man?
Yeah, that's a good point. Do you still think that Eddie Hearn is trying to get Anthony Joshua to fight Fury in April, or that's not going to happen?
I don't know. I think they really want that Wilder fight, but like I was saying, I don't think Wilder can take it at the moment or he'll get stripped unless Fury pulls out of it for some reason. But I'm not sure if they really want that Fury fight at the moment. It'd probably be a good idea to take it before he gets back into prime condition, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I have another question here. I mean, the WBC had said that Dominic Brazil was going to be, was the mandatory, right? What the hell happened? Where is he in this situation? Where is he now? So he no longer is a number one contender. Is that what's happening?
He's still the mandatory, and apparently they're going to come to some resolution. I imagine they're probably going to order some kind of interim title fight, possibly between him and White or him and Ortiz, to give the interim title until Wilder finally faces his mandatory. But we haven't really heard too much about it. I guess it's going to depend on whether the Wilder Fury fight gets made, and then they'll come out with what they're going to do with him.
Okay, that's unfair though. It's a joke, man. It's a joke,
Yeah.
and how they changed the split rules. I mean, like you said, it's supposed to be 70-30, right? And then because apparently Fury, that is what they said. Because of Fury's standing in the sport, they switched to a 60-40. I mean, they don't have. That just tells you that the WBC doesn't have any fucking rules. They don't follow any fucking type of, like a constitution. They don't have any fucking nothing like that. By the way, before I continue, I have to introduce. Recognize.
Don't get fooled when they tell you that the crime rate is down in New York. Every time I watch the local news, they're always talking about, well, there was a stabbing here, there was a stabbing there was a shooting there, but the crime is down.
What's up, man?
What's going on, people?
Not much, man. We're just talking about Wilder, Fury, and the purse bid that might take place if both fighters don't come to an agreement. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I read about it.
All right.
I read about it yesterday.
Yeah, it was from yesterday. What do you think about that, though? You think it might go to a purse bid?
That's the way it is. That's the, what is it, 60-40?
Yes.
Sorry about my kids, guys. You'll hear them in the background.
All right.
I know where you're at.
Sorry about that.
All right, recognize. Maybe you should go to another.
Sorry, yeah, I'll hit the mute for a second.
Yeah, that's okay, man. Well, hopefully we get. Oh yeah, Kiwi.
Yo,
does it make sense then that Frank Warren is saying that his fighter Tyson Fury will not fight Anthony Joshua for less than 50-50?
I don't know how much control Frank Warren has, to be honest, because Tyson Fury's talking directly with Eddie Hearn, and Frank Warren's getting left out of the loop somewhat. He's getting a bit pissed off about it too, by the sounds of it. So I don't know, man. I saw Eddie Hearn on an interview yesterday. He was talking about Tyson asked for a financial offer, not a percentage. That's why he got the offer he did. So. If it was Frank Warren, he'd obviously be asking for 50-50, but I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I guess it's all going to come out in the wash. We'll see. See.
Interesting. All right. Well, let's move on.
Yeah, I can
Let's
talk
say
now.
one more thing about that WBC changing their splits to 60-40. I think they're scrambling a bit to try and make sure that they get that fight for the sanctioning fees.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah.
It's just like
Tyson was only going to get 30%. It gives him more incentive to go somewhere else, doesn't it?
of course, man, and it's just like the IBF where we just learned that they took away that what was it, that 10-pound rehydration clause or whatever it's called there, limit or whatever.
The IBF has that, no?
Yeah, the IBF also they
took
it out for unification fights. That's what I think Canelo said. So the reason why they're doing this is because obviously unification fights are big fights, and that means that there's a lot of money involved. And if a fighter drops the IBF belt, they don't get any sanctioning fees. So they want to stay in there. So when it's that's why they took out this rehydration clause, just to stay in the fight and get their fucking sanctioning fees, man.
Didn't the IBF, when we were talking about this yesterday, didn't they get rid of rehydration clause? Yeah?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. Yeah.
They don't want, probably smart for them.
No, they don't want people dropping the IBF all the fucking time. So they're like, fuck it, man. Let's change the rules. You know.
See how Pacquiao is so much smaller than fucking Broner?
How the Wayne? Are you talking about or just the face-offs?
I'm talking about like naturally.
Naturally,
together. When you just see them together, he's the smaller guy. But
I want to. It said 15 minutes, but I want to see what they look like on that scale. I wonder how. The last couple pictures I've been seeing of Pacquiao, I mean, it looks fucking good, man. It looks ripped.
Hey, recognize.
Yo, I like that picture.
Yeah, no, I was gonna post a picture of. I was gonna show the viewers a picture of Pacquiao and Broner together, but then I opened my browser and I see that picture that I posted with the hook.
Oh shit!
I was like, oh fuck, they're gonna fucking ban us, man.
Did you see the picture that I sent? I swear to God, that was an accident.
No, I didn't see it, man.
Well, that was an accident pic, man.
But it was you naked or something, fucker.
Captain, I swear to God, that was totally an accident. I was just happened to be looking at that pic, so it was like right. I have a phone, the iPhone. There's that option where you recently looked at something. Yeah, I was looking at it. So what?
Just the other day, I was messing around with my iPhone. And I sent somebody a pic like that. My grandmother, it was awkward.
What the fuck was the pic, man? Is it bad, man?
What are you talking about? I think they get a lawsuit or something like that.
It was a very how can I say it? Candylicious picture that I sent.
Was it you taking pictures like Sergio Martinez there?
No. It's not of me. It has nothing to do with me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Now, be real, man. Tell them what it was. Be real. Tell them
it was a bootylicious picture.
That's all I need to know. That's all
you need to know.
Yeah.
Come on my face. Come on my face.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What are people saying in the chat here? Canelo is saying that I stopped watching Sean Newton. The guy just can't leave that LDBC stuff alone. He repeats himself too much. Nah, man, let him do what he's doing. He's doing a good service to the YTBC. You know, guys, the YTBC means the YouTube boxing community, right? But when some people say the white, like because it's white people,
they disregard everybody else. They all white.
Yeah, they're all white. Like, all right. Well, let's get into the Broner Pacquiao fight. Oh, everybody fucking dropped. That sucks. All right, people. Michael Stock says the LDBC correspondent. Who's the LDBC correspondent? That used to be Kyle Kyle, who sometimes comes on the show. He's supposedly the representative. Like, he's part of the fucking LDBC delegation that comes on the show sometimes. Let's see. What are people saying in the chat? Jason Bourne says, tell Recognize, stop taking pictures of himself while taking a shower. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to see that. Let's see what else we have in the chat. Brandon White says, Newton trolls LDBC channels all day and plays with trannies at night in Thailand. Jesus Christ. Damn it, I had like a sound.
This fat son of a bitch.
Fuck, I don't have it. Anyways. Yeah, listen. Sean Newton's channel is all about exposing the LDBC, so, I mean, it's no surprise, right? So, I say, keep on doing what you're doing, man. All right. Should we get into the Broner Pacquiao fight, or should we wait? Hey, Kiwi, what's the next heavyweight fight? That's Glowacki is going to be fighting who again?
Glowacki, he's cruiser, isn't he?
Sorry, Glowacki, not Glowacki. Sorry, the Polish guy. The one who...
Kalnecki.
Yeah, see, it's kind of the same name there. The guy who fought Spilka.
Yeah, Kalnecki versus Washington.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
There's one on today, actually, that's a really good fight. It's Bryant Jennings is fighting Oscar Rivas. That's this afternoon. Well, it's about lunchtime here in New Zealand.
Yeah, that's... Wait, it's tonight?
Yeah, it's tonight. On the top ranked card, there's also...
no. Yeah, you're right. That's on the ESPN Plus card.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And
there's also another prospect, Cassius Chaney, fighting on that card, another heavyweight. So, yeah, it'd be worth a look for any heavyweight fans anyway. I'm sure there's some other fights. I haven't actually checked out the rest of the card yet.
Where's he from?
That plane is coming closer.
Yeah, what the fuck is that, man?
Sorry, man. I live close to a small airport, so I got planes going over every.
I used to live by LaGuardia Airport. You ever heard of that? It's in Queens.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's all you would hear all day.
Were you living there during 9/11, and were you scared shitless?
Yeah.
Like,
no, I was asleep when 9/11 happened, and then my brother kept calling me. Then I woke up, heard that, and he told me because he worked in Manhattan. He worked right by it. And he's like, "Wake up! You gotta see your teeth." Like I'm fucking like, "What the hell? Wake up!"
no, but I remember that right after 9/11, everybody was scared. They just heard a plane and everybody started screaming. People didn't want to go into skyscrapers, and it was fucking crazy.
For a couple of days, we would hear like because we knew that all the planes had been like to stand out and they couldn't fly.
Yeah.
Like the next day or two, and so we'll hear jets, and we're like, everybody will be like, "What the fuck is that?" Like there's not supposed to be anything up in the sky, you know. So we'll be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
All right. By the way, we have Cameron on the line, so let's introduce Cameron.
Fuck, mate, it's life, man. You only live once. Make the most of life. Enjoy it. Everybody's got their weird fetishes, man. And mine just happens to be eating fucking ass.
What's up, Cameron?
What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. Getting ready to talk about Pacquiao Broner, but we have a fight tonight. Well, we have two fights, apparently. Kiwi Boxing reminded me that Bryant Jennings is fighting Oscar Rivas, 12 rounds, heavyweight, in Verona, New York. That's going to be on ESPN+. You also have in the undercard Shakur Stevenson, and Kiwi Boxing tells us that there's another heavyweight prospect that's going to be fighting there, so stay tuned for that card.
Cassius Chaney from America.
How old is he? Do you know?
Oh, I'm not sure off the top of my head. He's still got to know. I think he's in his mid-20s sort of thing at the moment.
Oh, that's good. For a heavyweight, man, yeah.
Yeah, he's about Cassius Chaney.
No, not Rivas. Chaney, yeah.
Yeah, Rivas is quite a small heavyweight. He's only 6 foot.
Mm.
Yeah, that's definitely a small heavyweight.
He's got some quality though, because he beat Kubrat Pulev in the amateurs, so it should be a pretty decent fight, I think.
All right, we'll stay tuned for that.
I'm looking forward to the
Depending-
Jennings Rivers fight. I think it's a good sort of fight. I've been waiting for Rivers. I've interviewed Rivers a few times. I've been waiting for Rivers to step up for a while. I know he didn't fight for a few years because of an eye injury, and he couldn't get what do you call it? He couldn't pass some examinations or something like that, and he couldn't fight. So it's good to see him fight someone like Jennings.
Put a fucking shirt on, Cameron.
You wouldn't recognise that, bro. I had that picture on last night. But no, listen, bro. When you got it, flaunt it and all that, right? But now Jennings,
Cameron, you got pussy on your mind all day. What are you talking about?
bro, since I've had that picture, since I've posted that picture up, you don't want to know how much fucking new fresh pussies hit me up. But
Bullshit.
I'm not talking about boxing style either. Yeah, but what I was saying was Jennings and Rivers is a good fight. I feel like Jennings is on a decent winning run, and Rivers, it feels like he's been fighting for ages now, and he needs to, he's had to step up, and he's needed to step up, and Jennings it's a really good. I don't want to say crossroads fight because kind of Jennings is not like over the hill. Be interested to see where he's at, but I think it's a really good fight. If Rivers wins, he's in the top 15 or an established top 10. You'd have to stay in a world ranking. So that's a good fight. I might watch that fight. I mean, I'm not going to stay up and watch it, but I will definitely watch it tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So the consensus is that Rivas against Jennings is going to be a good fight, so stay tuned for that, people. You also have, later tonight, New York, DAZN. Demetrius Andrade against Artur Akavov. 12 rounds for Andrade's WBO middleweight title. In the undercard, you have Jorge Linares against Pablo Cesar Cano. 12 rounds, junior welterweight. Title fight are Amanda Serrano against Eva Voraberger.
Who cares? Yeah.
Is it Chris Algieri on this card?
Jesus.
Right?
Stop disrespecting women. What's that, Cameron?
Chris Algieri's on this card, right? He hasn't fought for years.
Yeah. Chris Algieri against Danny Gonzalez. 10 rounds welterweight.
I've been told from a pretty reliable source, right, that if Chris Algieri wins this fight, he'll be fighting Maurice Hooker next for the title. That's what I've heard.
Oh
easy.
my fucking god. Well, why is that? Is Algeria an attraction or something, or what the fuck, man?
It's because, yeah, it is, isn't it? Like, also, you got to look at it, like, this guy is actually unbeaten at 140. Like, all his losses have been at 147 pounds. Pacquiao, Khan, and Spence. So the guy's technically undefeated at 140. I mean, I thought he lost to Provodnikov when that fight happened. I had Provodnikov edging that fight. But it was close. But this guy, he never lost his WBO belt at 140 pounds. So I guess that's kind of why.
Yeah, but he never really won it, to be honest.
No, he didn't. I mean, he got beat up in that fight. But
I think he lost that fight. But anyways,
I get your point. All the losses you just said too that's nothing really to be ashamed about. Any of the names you just put out there, right?
No, I mean, especially look at that Spence and I mean Pacquiao. I mean, he got beat up. I mean, he was hitting the deck every time he got hit out against Pacquiao. But against Khan, I mean, I thought he made Khan look pretty poor in that fight. But Algieri's no mug. But this guy, I mean, considering I thought Provodnikov beat him, this guy's best win's Emmanuel Taylor. So, he's actually not got the greatest resume in the world. He's just known, he's built a name off getting beat by the elite of the elite and getting a winner for Provodnikov, which was very questionable.
who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, Shepard's Sons in the chat says he beat Khan. Yeah, it was a close fight.
Yeah.
It was a close fight, Algeria Khan.
Anyways, how when was his last fight? I'm talking about Algeria. It was like what, 2 years ago or something?
Spence, wasn't it? 2 years ago. Spence, wasn't it?
Hey, he might not even win tonight, so we'll see. Official boxing scorecard is on the line. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? Just saw that you're online, so it's great. In the same time, I'm watching the waiting. I'm waiting for the guys to wait. Shout out to Boxing Style.
Oh yeah, Boxing Style is for sure watching and salivating right now as the boxers take off their shirts.
There's a reason he's not on the show tonight.
I need a link for this. I want to see.
As long as there's boxers naked in the ring, or weighing in, Boxing Style won't be on this podcast. So now the boxing season's back, we won't see him on the show.
Yeah.
Should get him like a press credit. We should get Boxing Style press credentials so we can ask the fighters to do a slow turn on the scales.
Boxing Style loves it when there's five weighing in speedos.
Like, yeah. Look at the glutes. Look at the abs.
You really taking shots at that. You really taking shots at
Yeah, I was last night, man. I was muting his ass all the time. No, I have fun with Boxing Style.
But I have to say something, guys. Just right now, like 2 minutes ago, I was listening to the previous show from yesterday, and Boxing Styles was talking about Mayweather fighting Pacquiao out of Philly shell stance, which I never saw in that fight. I saw him fight with high guard. I hoped he was going to be here now.
He did
sorry?
fight. You're right, official. He did fight in the that Philly shell or peekaboo, it's like that peekaboo style.
But the thing is, sorry, recognize. I just want to explain. I saw him in a high guard stance all the time. The only time he against Pacquiao that he had that his hands low was like when he made the distance when he was too far away from Pacquiao. I really never saw him fighting against Pacquiao in Philly shell stance.
No, because you're right, and the reason why he never fought Pacquiao, because the one time he got aggressive, he got countered.
Yeah, and
got dropped. So he probably saw it as, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that.
Too risky.
If he can catch me the first time I get aggressive, I can imagine what he'll do if I stand, a little too, even with the high guard, trying to get a little aggressive to make something happen. I probably will get dropped at the very least.
Yeah, that's exactly the reason why he didn't do it. But that was just my point. Boxing Styles, in the previous show, he was talking about Floyd fighting against, doing so well. He was saying something along the lines of Mayweather, his defense was so good, and he was doing so well against Pacquiao while fighting in that stance, etc., which I thought was could not be further from the truth, because any fighter, any orthodox stance boxer that's fighting from Philly shell against a top level southpaw is crazy, and that's exactly the reason why my eyes never saw Mayweather fighting that way against Pacquiao. But so I just cannot understand how that guy saw Mayweather in the Philly shell against Pac.
Well, this is Boxing Style, you know what I mean? He doesn't know what he's watching, official scorecards, so there's no point really taking that guy seriously.
I mean, I'm cool with dude. Nothing against him. He seems like a really nice guy. He's just that couple of last shows when I paid attention to what he was talking, I was like disagreeing most of you. I don't want to shit on the guy, nothing personal, but that comment about the Philly shell from Floyd. Was like I asked myself what was he watching.
Yeah, this is what official boxing scorecard said about Boxing Style.
You're a nice guy, but I don't fucking cut it when you're bullshitting and fucking around like this. Yeah, you might get it, he doesn't fucking get it. Yeah, you might get it, he doesn't fucking get it. He does not get it.
My God, man, he was pretty pissed off.
Hey, recognize. I was did you see in the chat earlier when I was putting in, what do you think about that when I compared, I was watching some Pacquiao stuff last night. What do you think about that when I said that, like, when Margarito, right, he got put into he started doing the thing where he goes into a guard, and I was saying Broner gets caught with something heavy. I think he's going to get caught with something heavy in middle rounds, it's going to drop him, not knock him out. It's going to drop him, and he's going to go into that crazy guard and whatever Philly shell, whatever the fuck he wants to call it, shoulder roll. And how in the Margarito fight with Pacquiao, he was able to, if you notice, when Margarito put that guard up, he was able with those accurate punches to sneak right through that guard and put those shots right through it. Did you agree with that?
I don't think he's there, man.
Damn it, man. Well,
yeah, all that for nothing. Recognize. Nah, he's not there.
Well, anybody, what does anybody think of it? Anybody have an opinion on that? Or am I crazy?
Sorry, I missed the whole thing. I'm just in the chat. You were going to have a conversation with Recognize. So.
God, you're such a...
Yeah.
As soon as you said recognize, I wasn't about
I was saying, like, so I think what's going to happen tonight is Broner's going to get caught with something heavy in the mid rounds, right? He's going to go, I think he's going to go down. And I think when he gets up, he's going to go into a super, defensive mode, just not throwing anything back, sort of what you saw against him and Maidana. At the end, he started pulling out. But when he does that, what Maidana couldn't do is sneak those shots in like Pacquiao did on Margarito and really be effective. Yeah. Even though he's in that crazy guard, not doing any work, he's still going to get hit and lit up.
I don't even think he has to knock him down. Just hurt him or show him some make Broner respect Pacquiao, and from then on, like you said, he might end up just fucking shelling up. But I don't know, because Broner, it seems like he kind of understands that he's at a point where if he doesn't win this fight, I mean, that's it, man. It's the third strike. He's fucking out, man.
Yeah, well, that's my point, that he's going to try something stupid. That's why I'm thinking, just to give you insight, that's why I'm thinking that in the middle rounds, he's going to get hit and get dropped. Because he's going to try to go out there and swing for the fences and get clipped.
Yeah, okay, now I kind of missed that part. Yeah. Shit, maybe, man. Maybe, I don't know if he has the balls. Yeah, probably. Shit, I'd like to see that, though. Just swing for the fences, think like, well, fuck it, man. I gotta do something. And then, boom, it gets caught. That would be fucking biblical. People in the chat, let's see what they're saying about what Captain Hook just said. Michael Stock says that Manny has better skills than Maidana. Yeah, Big Boys Boxing says Broner isn't going to be the problem. He's going to have a problem. It's getting punched like Tommy Gunn until he can't get up. Jesus.
Wait a minute. Someone said Pacquiao has more skills than Maidana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, state the obvious, right?
Yeah. I guess he's debating somebody.
That's
or
my point, though. Like when he went into the shell, okay, so Maidana fucking rocks him, knocks his damn block off. He gets up, then goes into the super defensive, no work, just trying to survive for a good amount of time, actually. So when Maidana kept up his crazy swinging, looping shots, that wasn't very effective, because if you're just trying to survive around, anybody can do it. Mm-hmm. But with Pacquiao, just like Margarito tried going super defensive, and Pacquiao was still effective at getting those shots in there. That's why I think that it's going to be a much different fight for him. He's going to really get beat up. That's my point. So I'm not just saying he's going to get beat up. I'm saying how it's going to happen.
Yeah, or how it could happen. Yeah, it makes sense, man. It's not nothing crazy. This isn't like something boxing style would say,
Well, it's levels to this game, as they say. Pacquiao is also more accurate. And can you tell me what's your name, Captain?
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook. Okay. So while you were talking about it, it reminded me of Mayweather Cotto. If you remember, by the end of that fight, Mayweather was hitting him with some nice looping rights after the jab. He was jabbing and 1-2 and throw his jab and then looping right hook. So not everybody can do it. So. It
Yeah.
just proves that Pacquiao is on a different level from Maidana.
Oh,
Yeah, but then again, Cotto
I
was
think it's night and day. Yeah.
Cotto was really exhausted in that Mayweather fight because he was actually fucking doing some work on the ropes and everything, and Mayweather just started stepping it up. You know, this guy never gets tired somehow, right? Somehow he never gets tired, and yeah, that's why he was putting the beating on fucking Cotto in the round 12. But I don't think it was. It's different. I don't know. I don't know if we should compare like Pacquiao with like Mayweather and Mayweather Cotto.
Well, I'm not really comparing it. I was just like just that small thing that reminded me of something that I think Pacquiao can also do. And we were talking about the looping punches, to be more precise. That's all.
Oh,
No,
okay, just the looping. Yeah.
Joe, what?
Yeah, he could.
I want to see Broner get hurt. Like, I want to see Broner get hurt in this fight. And the reason being is I just don't like this guy. Like, I don't like the guy's. He's just a clown. The way he goes about things, you know, the videos he posts online. I want to see Pacquiao level this guy. You know, I want to see Broner on the canvas struggling to breathe. Like, that is what I want to see in this fight. So, if we can get the Pacquiao, you know, kind of like a Ricky Hatton KO that he did, where he's just on the floor and, you know, God's come up and taken his soul. Like, that is what I want to see in this fight. Anything less than that, and I'll be disappointed.
Well, you might be disappointed. Let's get back to what official boxing scorecard said about the looping punches and trying to how Pacquiao might try to break that Broner shell. I don't know. Most of us appear to be assuming that Pacquiao will end up that Broner will end up shelling up. Let's look at some past performances for Pacquiao with people who shelled up. Joshua Clottey was his name, right? Joshua Clottey. You guys remember that crap fight? How Clottey just shelled up and Pacquiao couldn't fucking stop him? He couldn't get any out of there? Remember that?
Yeah.
Could happen
Clottey
again.
was a tricky one to break down. Pacquiao couldn't break it down. That was when Pacquiao was knocking everybody out as well, right?
Yep.
This was after the Cotto. No, not was it after the Cotto fight? 2010, wasn't it, Clottey? Or was it before? Was it before or after Margarito? Because in 2010 he beat Clottey and Margarito, didn't he?
Yeah, it was that era, man. Yeah. That time.
Sorry, guys. There's also another thing about that Clottey fight is that those guys in Ghana are really well schooled on blocking punches, or they're like really working hard. Older boxers in Accra, Ghana, they have some pretty the most boxing schools in whole Africa. Obviously, it's not on the level of American, Cuban, or Soviet boxing programs. But the thing that they're really doing good is that they are learning how to block shots and how to have a tight guard, and that's why some African fighters from Ghana especially had a nice defense and was really hard to get hurt.
Okay. Pacquiao against Brandon Rios. Brandon Rios also shelled up. Am I wrong? Or I only saw that fight once. Thank God. Did Brandon Rios shell up against Pacquiao?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Did Pacquiao do anything differently, or were he content with just throwing punches, volume punches, and then winning a decision?
Well, we can say that just his output, his work rate was a bit lower than in his prime, because against Clottey he threw like more than 1,200 punches.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to get if someone's shelled up like that, pure defense, they're not going to get knocked out, right? Very difficult. If someone's just in there to survive, it could be done. But Cameron might get his wish, is what I'm saying. At least they'll see him get beat up, you know? It's going to be a beatdown. It's not going to It'll be way more effective than the average Joe in there swinging on just someone in a high guard. You know.
If Pacquiao still, if he's not aged, I mean, look, I always say the question every time Pacquiao fights. I'm like, how many more fights can we milk out of Pacquiao before he actually is shot, properly shot, right? Like, there's gonna be a point where he just can't do it anymore. When did Pacquiao last fight? It was Matisse. He looked good in that fight, but Matisse was shot. Like, he was beyond shot. And the one before that, what was before Matisse? Was it the Horn fight?
Yeah.
Horn.
Right, yeah. I mean, I thought Pacquiao won that fight as well.
Yeah, but come on, Cameron. Pacquiao looked like crap against Jeff Horn, right? Whether he won or not, it was a fucking war, kind of.
I still thought he won the fight, but he didn't look great.
No.
That's what I'm saying. And he looked great against Matisse because Matisse was completely shot. So this guy, we don't know where he really is at. And if he's still got enough left, he'll beat Broner. But you got to put the question: how long is it before Pacquiao literally cannot fight at top level anymore? Like, I know Broner's not the elite of the elite, and he should win this fight. But I think it really depends on what Pacquiao turns up, and I think that's the case with every Pacquiao fight now.
Are we underestimating Broner?
No, because every top fighter he's fought, he's been beat by. Right? Like, he stepped up against Madonna, he stepped up against Porter, he stepped up against Garcia. Those are 3 elite guys he beat. So he fought and he lost. His best win is, like Stu said, his best win on paper in terms of credibility is Malik Nagy or DeMarco, and people thought he beat Malik Nagy beat Broner. So this guy's really, he's the 4-weight world champion, but who's he beat for those titles? He's not beat anyone elite. So he hasn't got the sort of credibility to be underrated, or you know what I mean? I just don't feel like he's underrated at all. So I don't think he's got a resume.
He's fighting a 40-year-old. I mean, he's not fighting a Pacquiao in his prime, or I mean, he's fighting a 40-year-old, and we're not giving Broner a chance. That's how bad Broner is.
Broner just weighed in too,
and
fucking flat. Manny is too, though. I don't think. He looks all right.
In the chat,
Broner made weight.
Shelton Film Productions is saying that Broner weighed in at 146.5. So some people were saying that Broner was gonna be overweight, over the limit. That did not happen. So good. That's good. And Michael Stock.
Broner isn't a welterweight, and the fact is, we think, would he make welterweight? This guy it's a joke.
Michael Stock says Manny Pacquiao 146. All right, so we have a fight for the WBA regular title. That's right, the WBA regular title. Going back to the Broner thing. I mean, okay, he might not have been what people were saying he was gonna be, like the next Mayweather. But now it sounds like Broner is a fucking bum. Like a fucking bum. He's fighting a 40-year-old fucking Pacquiao. Broner has been active. And nobody's giving him a single fucking chance.
He's a gatekeeper, basically, with a high profile. He's a gatekeeper with a high profile name. A gatekeeper is, a guy who can beat, top 15 guys or, top 20 guys. When he fights the best of the best, he gets beat. And that's what Broner's done in his career. But he's not beat any elite guys. He's been beat by all the elite guys and been beat clearly. Like Madonna, Porter, and Garcia were not close fights. Like he got outclassed. So even when he's fought the elite guys, he's not a close fight.
Well, Jesse Vargas, is he elite?
Vargas is not elite either. And what's his best win? I mean, Saddam Ali. Who's not elite either. Saddam Ali's not elite because he beat a shot Miguel Cotto. So for me, it's like Broner's not beat a top guy who's proven to be a top 5 sort of fighter in a division. So Broner's a gatekeeper. That's why some people on this podcast said recently that Broner Khan's a good fight. That is a good fight. That's a really good fight. 2 gatekeepers. That's what I'd rather see.
Chris Gonzalez in the chat says Pacquiao is an 8 division world champion, not just a 40-year-old boxer. So he is what he is. He's a legend in the sport. But
that's in the past, though, right? Like, that's the Pacquiao won those 8 division titles. Is not the Pacquiao today. Like he is
Yeah,
literally.
if you were talking about a prime Pacquiao, I don't think anybody even bother having this discussion right now, would we?
No, we wouldn't be talking this fight. Like, wouldn't be need to pick in a
It
winner.
would be
It'd be
cherry pick right now.
KO.
It would be a cherry pick.
Yeah, I mean, is Broner better than would Broner be a better opponent back in the day than Clotty? I mean, you know what I mean? Really, I mean.
No, Clotty would have probably beat him up. Clotty would have probably beat up.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So a lot of people didn't want the Clotty fight. So.
Hey, did you guys see that video that was posted? I saw it on Twitter, but it was probably posted somewhere else as well. It was from Fox, since they are the ones organizing this pay-per-view. And they were asking PBC boxers their predictions for the fight. And it was like only 3 out of like 24 boxers, like only like 3 said that Broner was going to win. It was like Deontay Wilder and Spence. And I don't know, that's it. Oh, and Keith Thurman. Everybody else picked Pacquiao, man.
The thing is that this fight now is interesting because, the only reason why it's interesting is Pacquiao's old. But I still expect D.O. Pacquiao to win. But, I will admit that it's a little bit better for the chances are a little bit better for Broner now than 2 or 3 years ago. And Pacquiao wasn't in his prime 2 or 3 years ago. He was just still sharp, But now it's just that he's old, so we don't know.
Anything post Marquez knockout, I think. I don't know. I think that did something to him, but that's a lot for an old guy to be taking a hit like that was pretty damn rough, man. And I think if anything post. I'm sorry, pre-Marquez knockout on Pacquiao, you don't even talk about this fight, man.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's more of an accurate way of breaking it down. You're right.
Pacquiao was asked if this fight was like a showcase for something bigger, and he said he wasn't going to say anything, but because of his political, how do you call it, like duties, he has to. He said that he can return in mid-May to mid-July. So there's gonna be another fight between mid-May and mid-July, but he didn't say against who. Who do you guys think he's thinking about?
Mayweather.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I reckon
there's a chance they might try to make him fight Spence. I think it'll be a bad idea, but
bad idea.
But I think that if I wouldn't be shocked if Pacquiao took it.
No, I mean, I'd rather see a Mayweather rematch than Pacquiao fight Spence.
Of course, me too. Yeah,
I'd rather see 2 old guys fight. I mean, Spence would destroy Pacquiao at this point. So, too big, too young, too fresh. It's just levels, man. Pacquiao shouldn't be anywhere near Spence at this point.
Now, if Pacquiao wishes to fight again, he's let's say he wants to fight Mayweather, whoever. He needs to. Does he need to impress in this fight? Is that very important to impress? Because if he looks old, even if he wins and he looks old, people are gonna be like, "Well, all right, I don't want to see him again."
On the other hand, go on. Sorry.
No, go on, bro. I've already spoke quite a bit.
Oh, well, me too. But all I wanted to say is that I'm not so sure. Because on the other hand, Mayweather also being that he's fighting the MMA guys, kickboxers, and everything that at this point of his career, he's just looking for the easiest fights. And if Pacquiao looks spectacular for his age, it could be counterproductive. For making the Mayweather rematch, because Floyd would be much more stationary, etc. And we all know that at this point in his life, he's not looking for the tough fights, especially not with top level boxers.
Spence, you would have to give him a lot of money for him to ever take that fight, I believe. You have to give him, you know, whatever you're giving Broner now, add another 10 million to that, I would think.
I don't know.
You'd have to give who 10 million more?
Pacquiao.
Oh, you mean Pacquiao? Oh, to fight Spence?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, Pacquiao, you would have to give him some serious money. But the thing is, he'll do it. I know it's crazy because I believe, look, as much as I love Pacquiao, and I think he's, like I said, top 3 best fighters I've ever seen. I think that, you know, Spence is just too big for him, and Pacquiao's older. So I would expect him to be, you know, to lose.
Yeah, me too, unfortunately. But another thing is we don't know exactly what's the deal between Pacquiao and Al Heyman, because Pacquiao keeps mentioning that he's also grateful for this deal because he would be able to promote, to put on his Filipino fighters on American shows. So he may accept to fight Spence or the other guys that Heyman is counting on in the future on building them up in order to put on his fighters. So,
listen,
yeah.
Unfortunately, Pacquiao is going to probably have to be the guy that Al Heyman, is looking for, that old superstar to turn his new superstar into a top fight, into a international star.
Exactly.
And I'm talking Mayweather he's got plenty of opportunities to do so. It's actually easy for Mayweather to say, I'm going to fight Spence or Keith Thurman or someone like that, right? But he never did it. He never did it because he doesn't want to chance it. He doesn't. He's not. Even though him and Al Heyman got like a good relationship and they make good money together, he won't do him that favor. You know, I'm sure Al Heyman's mind. He's like, man, fuck if Mayweather could just give Spence a chance, so Spence could just whip his ass all over the place. He would be an international star. Imagine Spence. What a win over Mayweather would do for him. Even though we all know Mayweather's like 40 plus years of age, we know that it would still give him like a huge boost in terms of ratings and what kind of star and how people view Errol Spence, right? The world will know about him if he went in there and beat Mayweather. But Mayweather's not going to do that because he's not a legacy fighter. Pacquiao is. So Pacquiao's the guy that will be willing to do it. But of course, it's going to cost you a nice price. And you can't blame him for that. I guarantee you, they offer him good money to fight the winner of Spence and Mikey. I think Mikey would be a little easier because they're more or less the same size. But assuming that it's Spence, because I think Spence is going to beat Mikey, Pacquiao will do it. He would do it.
I think Pacquiao beats Garcia, man. Like, sorry,
you're probably right. Yeah,
I think Pacquiao beats Garcia. To be fair.
So Pacquiao would take a fight against Spence Jr. He was offered a lot of money. Would Floyd do the same thing?
No,
fuck no, he won't.
No,
It's not good enough that De La Hoya did it for him. You know what I mean? De La Hoya did that for Mayweather. He ain't gonna fucking pass it on, bro. It ain't gonna happen. Not for anything. He's too obsessed with that fucking record shit, man.
Yeah,
it's not.
This is a guy who in Mayweather. This is a guy. The two times on the day that Canelo and Golovkin were fighting the second time, this is a guy who put on his Instagram that him and Pacquiao are fighting again. I mean, the guy's ego is that big, man. He takes a shot anytime he wants. You expect him to pass the torch on to another fighter? Not a chance.
Yeah, I think Mayweather would rather go broke and keep his fucking record than lose that zero and make millions. That's how fucking obsessed he is with that.
I don't know about that. I think money means well more to him than his undefeated record, man.
No, it's some daddy issue he has about. It's some psychological trauma.
If he went completely broke and somebody, Al Heyman or someone said, here's 150 million to fight this guy, where it's spent. So he'd take that, man, if he was that broke. I genuinely believe that.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right.
I might be wrong. It's just it's just my opinion on it.
Yeah. Could be. In the chat, what do we have here? Akuma's Deception says Broner is going to sleep. Al Heyman is cashing him out. Yeah. I wrote a bunch of stuff. Well, basically, if you guys watched the press conference, Broner appears to be talking like as if everybody's against him and they want him to lose, and like he's just like he's the sacrificial lamb. Is he really? Because other people were saying that, you know, Al Heyman wants Broner to win. But what do you guys think about this?
I was amazed that you could understand a word the fucking guy said, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think Freddie Roach had more coherent sentences than Broner did. It was fucking brutal, man. And nothing against Freddie Roach. I love him, you know what I mean? But he's just a fucking clown, man. It comes up to the point where it's like, you've dicked off your entire career, fucking rap songs. You know, you're going to be a rapper one day. You're going to be all about boxing the next. Okay, I'm all about billions. All right, fair enough. So you dick off your entire career, make an ass out of yourself. The second your ass gets knocked out, you run away from the post-fight interview like a fucking coward. And then you wonder why you're not that good, second. And then third, you expect everybody to give you all this admiration. He's playing like the little kid that wants you to give him attention, and he's going to tell you how much he hates his life, you know?
When has Broner ever been about boxing? I mean, get out.
Never fucking been about. He's about billions. Shepherd of the Suns just said it. There you go.
I like your profile picture, by the way, bro. Roy Jones, man, my favorite fighter of all time.
Oh yeah,
Roy Jones with that wig, man, is funny.
When was that? Dude, I don't remember, man.
It was during left. It was against Lacey, I believe.
Yeah,
when he fought Jeff Lacey.
he did the interview and he didn't acknowledge the costume once. He didn't acknowledge it once.
Do you remember when him in Trinidad had their press conference? They had the guns and everything.
Oh, dude, fucking
Don King was in the middle. I mean, jeez, come on.
Hey, in the chat, Cachnello saying, didn't Broner turn down $60 million from Rock Nation?
Wasn't it 40 million, though?
It was something like 40 million for like 5 fights.
Yeah, 5 fights.
Or something like that. He should have taken it.
He's
a fool.
This is before. I think this is before the Porter fight. I think he only lost to Madonna at this point. Maybe I'm not too sure.
He's a dummy.
Yeah, he should have taken the money. I think
all about billions.
It's all about stupid decisions, I guess, in his life.
That's why he turned down the mills. You know,
he's all about child support.
But he needs it. He's got about 8 kids, isn't he? So
13? No.
He needs to be about paying his fucking jeweler. Damn guy's got a lawsuit against him. Fucking crazy.
Yeah. And like Jimmy said yesterday, like 2 open cases of what was he? He's being accused of not battery, but something less than that. But anyways.
Who knows, man? Fucking scumbag.
Yeah, Broner is not the smartest, let's be honest.
Kind of fucking sad, to be honest with you, man.
Well, he's a product of the American fucking system. Let's be honest.
Well, it's just a shame that he couldn't get around someone who could actually, he got around Mayweather when he was young, and they fed into that shit. But it sounds like to me, honestly. Hey, listen. How about this for the press conference? How about when Broner's coach gets up there? It's amazing that anybody couldn't see the writing on the wall for this one. Okay, Broner's coach gets up there and goes, I remember, I'm going to tell y'all a story. I brought Broner. Broner was with me all the time. I had to have him next to me because he was always getting in trouble. Okay, there's the first little fucking tidbit about this fucking jack off. He was always getting in trouble, so I had to keep him by my side. Freddie Roach walked in the gym and said, who the hell is that kid outside? Who the fuck is that kid outside? Okay, if you can't realize what Freddie Roach was saying, he didn't say Freddie Roach saw Broner working a heavy bag and said, who is this prodigy? No. Who's the fucking hoodlum outside my goddamn gym talking a bunch of shit? That's what he meant. You understand? That's what he meant. He walked in. Broner's loud ass was sitting there fucking yapping away. fucking talking all that bullshit, and Freddie Roach came in there and goes, "Hey, get your kid under control." That's what that story was about. In case you couldn't read between the lines.
Well, that makes more fucking sense now.
Of course, just read between the lines. Think about it for a second. He didn't say he saw Broner shadow boxing. He saw Broner boxing. No, who the fuck is the kid outside? Yeah, he's a little shit. He's just running his mouth out there, being fucking annoying. So he's been doing this shit forever. That's my point.
Yeah. Well, he never grew up, I guess. I was gonna talk about Broner because we're talking about how hyped up he was. And let's remember that Broner started on HBO, and HBO, who have an East Europe, who are supposed to be, racist, I guess, and they have a East European agenda. They were all over fucking Broner. I mean, they were fucking all over Broner.
And he was always like a bum, basically. He flat-footed bum. He had a little flashy hands, but they should have known. They should know boxing talent by now.
I disagree with that. I thought he was exciting to watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. I enjoyed watching his fights. I did enjoy him when he was at the 140. I enjoyed watching his fights.
Yeah.
He was getting knockouts. No. Hey, listen. I wasn't there like preaching his greatness. I'm just saying I enjoyed watching it. But then again, that's the saddest part about the entire issue, right? If he was a bum from the very beginning, zero talent, and fizzled out to be nothing, like the Prince guy that Stu did the clown edition on. Like, who gives a fuck about that guy? Like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? The sad ones are the ones who have talent, you know?
I mean, Broner was knocking out boxers, but then, people were overlooking when Broner fought, what was his name? Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon
outboxed him.
That's what I'm saying. But then people were like, close fight.
To me, that
whatever.
was the fight right there that said to me, this guy's not what. Because he couldn't make simple adjustments to counter that. I remember, I have to go back to tell you what it was exactly. But there was, something simple he could have done that just would have been able to, just been able to counter that. He threw no hooks like he does with other guys. He threw nothing in that fight, man. He threw no uppercuts. He was just letting the guy bum rush him, okay, mainly with the jab, and just outworking him. And he couldn't make an adjustment from that. He's not that good. You didn't see that happen to Mayweather.
I think it would be a good idea, Bucho, for after the. I really do want to do I want y'all to do it. I don't want to be a part of it, but I want y'all to do the Provodnikov Bradley recap, and then after that, you really should pull a Broner video and talk about it. See what it was really about.
All right, let me write it down. Another suggestion for the rabbit. How would you call it? Rabbit experience.
Yeah, it's a shame It's a shame we lost the last one because we did some really good ones.
I'm trying to fix it. I know a guy who might be able to fix it. He's an IT expert. So I still have the file. He just has to crack it or whatever it's called. Yeah. We lost all the footage. Most of it. 80%.
Oh,
Stu did that really good breakdown of Crawford Benavides and he didn't record it. That was funny.
Well, we recorded it. No, we didn't record it because I didn't hit the record button for that one. Right. Shit.
And Stu spent about 5 minutes on his own just talking about that.
Hey, it was the first time we were doing it. I know how it works. So it's going to be fine next time. All right.
I've got really I'll tell you what. Is there any decent fights on the Pacquiao Broner undercard?
Let me check.
Badu Jack and Marcus Brown.
Yeah.
That's a good fight. It's a solid fight. As long as Badu Jack doesn't get a draw, it'll be a solid fight.
Yeah.
We also have Nordine Ubali against Raushi Warren.
Yeah, whoever.
For the WB.
Warren. He's down at flyweight, super flyweight now.
Wait, who is this? Rashid Warren, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who the hell's the guy he's fighting?
I don't know.
French guy. He's a nice kill. I think I saw him live one time a couple of years ago here in Paris. Well, I just saw that one fight live back in the day when I didn't know who he was. But can I say just two things about Broner?
Mm-hmm.
So the first time when I heard about the guy, I never saw his fight before. First time I saw his fight was watching it live against Frankie Gavin. And I was like shocked, like this highly touted guy who was getting terribly outboxed by Frankie Gavin. And also the problem with him fighting from the Philly shell and trying to copy Mayweather style, just one out of many things that proves that he's not born to be a counterpuncher is look at him, for example, against Garcia or against anybody who feints him, how nervous he is, how his hands get out of place. It just shows you that he cannot be calm under the storm while he was waiting for his opponents to throw their shots, because no natural counterpuncher would be that nervous. And he doesn't know to recognize the cues from his opponents, where are they going to throw which punch, etc. He doesn't know to judge the distance. Like in couple of instances against Mikey Garcia, Mikey was too far away from him, like a couple of steps away from him, feinting him, and he was still being nervous, trying to block the shot. Yeah. So it just proves you how sucker for feints he is.
Yeah, and hopefully Pacquiao's gonna feint the shit out of Broner. So
hoping Broner feint in the ring as well once he lands on his chin.
What's that?
I said hopefully he makes Broner feint when he lands on his chin as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Hopefully. Hey, we have Jimmy on the line.
Cameron. Oh, sorry.
What's going on, guys?
Wait, hold on.
I had a bad trip at a wedding in Maine, and it was a stormy night, right? I'm on LSD. Oh, I was fucking freaking out. It was horrible. I'll never take it again.
What's up, Jimmy?
What's going on, guys? How are you, man?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
What's up, Jimmy?
You can see your rink over there, brother, in the picture, looking good. What's happening?
Yeah, all good, man.
Yeah, you guys talking about Broner. He's had some interesting day, huh? People are fucking ripping into him. But I noticed, I just wanted to see, because, I mean, is it me or maybe I'm looking in the wrong area? Is there I haven't seen a lot of the LDBC guys posting videos to, condemn him. Just found it a little odd, because we both know if fucking, Pacquiao said, yeah, I got some fucking, I got a bucket of Colonel for him. You know what the fuck? You know what I mean? There'd be videos that are fucking going nuts, right? Just curious that how much are they getting on him saying that was uncalled for, right?
Yeah.
Quiet as fucking skinhead in a synagogue.
Yeah.
You saw the way Pacquiao handled that too. Fucking class act, brother. He didn't play.
It's the smartest thing to do. Yeah, when somebody comes out and says shit like that, that's if you have usually when someone has that kind of money, they have PR people usually, or someone will tell you to. And if I was running my dude, something like that, don't say a word. This motherfucker's burying himself. You know what I mean? Just sit back and just don't say nothing. That's the best way to handle it. But the fact it tells you a lot about. Listen, it just always drives me insane that people who do know oppression, have dealt with oppression more recently than anybody else, but everybody has. But the fact that they know what it's about, but are so quick to fucking jump on it when they feel it's being used against them. But when one of their, it's on their end, it's looking around, fucking, crickets. Mm. It's just the double standard gets a little old and ugly after a while. That's all. But Mayweather fucking put HBO out of business. So I guess what do I know?
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, Al Bernstein is an asshole anyways, right? So he deserves it.
Yeah, Al Bernstein's a class dude. Really is, man. He truly is. Al Bernstein's a fucking class act. And I've been following, and I met Al on a couple of occasions. Total fucking good dude. Can't say enough about him. Seriously. For him to cut him into him, out of all the people he could have ripped. Hey, can I say something else, too? Have you guys picked up on this? Okay, Caleb Plant, right? His whole thing was, remember how anytime they showed him on TV, they would show him with this girl, right? Who had, God forbid, he lost his daughter. That's tragic, and I don't mean to make any light or take away from that fucking horrible thing. But that poor woman he had the baby with, right? And I guess, they were dealing with it, and they were talking about having another baby. And I guess somebody was sent to interview him, right, for them, the PBC, Jordan Hardy. He just got engaged with her after the fight. Just found that a bit odd, you know what I mean?
He what?
He got engaged with her after the fight in the locker room. He got down to his knees and popped on a ring and said, "Man, I want to be with." She went, "This is my life. I'm now Jordan Plant, or no, Jordan Hardy Plant." You know that she's the mulatto girl with the fucking she's got kind of a puffy hair.
Yeah,
she does
I saw
the
a picture.
She does the PBC interviews. You know what I mean? She got PBC girl all over her Twitter page.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was told that she went to do an interview with the PBC fighter, and next thing you know, she's polishing his fucking knob, and she's now getting engaged with him. So I guess they're not going to play the the baby situation anymore. That
I guess not anymore. Fuck. Yeah, interesting. I didn't notice that.
It's funny, right? Yeah.
Jimmy, there's a question for you. Mateus Lee in the chat saying, "Ask Jimmy when it is okay to take a second clenbuterol cycle."
They're not cycled like steroids, so you're not going to have that adverse effect. You can stay on clenbuterol at all times. I mean, it's just because it's not a steroid, it doesn't shrink your balls. You don't need to take any other medication to come off it. It's just a respiratory medication, and it just helps. What it does, it heats up your body, it helps you burn fat, helps you pump niacin into whatever body part you work. And it's in boxing, it means a lot at that elite level when you're trying to get to that every fucking little stage. But the normal slugs like us, you know what I mean? It's like, you might as well take fucking diet pills. It's for real, you know what I mean? There's a lot other better things than that out there.
You also hit it right on the head. You also hit it right on the head, though. Like, they come in with these, the people who make excuses, though, for the fighters who do take it. And they take the clenbuterol. It's a bronchial dilator. So, in other words, they're saying, well, it's not a steroid. It's such a weak drug. Yeah, but if you were going up against anybody in a ring that's on a bronchial dilator, they have them clear. That's a huge advantage, man. Like,
there's advantages to clenbuterol, especially the leaner you get, because remember, it helps. The only time your body, grows muscle is when you sleep. And you want to heat your body up, and clenbuterol does that. So it helps you burn fat while keeping muscle, and it does open up your bronchial tubes, like you said. You hit the nail on the head. If you're chewing on that while you're fighting, it's going to help you breathe. Back in the day, they used to let fighters use poppers in the corner. They stopped those years ago, way before my time, but used to be able to fucking slap some smelling salts to wake your fighter up between rounds, but they stopped letting them do that because they started using like real poppers, like almost cocaine vapors.
Amphetamines, right?
Yeah.
Same thing in baseball.
Yeah, exactly. They do. You see them all the time. Football, hockey players too. You see them as they're singing the national anthem. They're bouncing on the skates and they're all passing around the fucking smelling salts just because it clears out your fucking dome, clears out your your breathing. So yeah. So any advantage when you're talking about the elite of the elite, yeah, anything is going to be an advantage. If it wasn't an advantage, it'd be legal.
Yeah. All right. I'm reading what I wrote here. Well, we basically covered most of the topics that I wanted to talk about regarding the Broner Pacquiao fight. Jimmy, you weren't here, but like I was asking the panelists what Pacquiao's next move is gonna be if he beats Broner. Pacquiao said that he's going to return between May and July. But he's not saying against who. Do you think that?
Actually, I would imagine he's actually probably he's in a better shape with PBC. Really is, because of the plethora of welterweights. The question is, who else is going to fight him? Especially if he fucking if he handles whatever fucking this dude. Broner. But he is 41. Who knows? He could grow overnight. Fucking Broner could go up there and fucking tune him up. You just never know. more than likely it's not going to happen. But, you know, put it this way, Pacquiao, I would think during training would know if he was about to hit the wall. He would feel, if he felt his legs going, I guarantee you would see suddenly, calf injury, pulling out, and then eventually it would just never happen. You know what I mean? If he was falling, if he was hitting the wall that hard. I wouldn't expect to put himself through it. Depends on how bad he needs the money, though, too.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, the money issue. Let's talk about that later. But does he need to impress in this fight in order to, you know, stay in the limelight?
Well, he doesn't need to impress if he was just looking to become world champion. But listen, Pacquiao's in this. He's a mercenary. There's only one reason this motherfucker gets up and still does this. It's all about the Benjamins. So that's all this matters. So, of course, absolutely. He needs to go out there. If he wants to, if he goes out there, this thing goes a boring, fucking sloppy 12, right? Do you think people are going to line up to pay $75 in 7 months when he's almost 42?
That's
right?
Yeah.
But he goes out there and knocks the motherfucker out in 3 rounds, people can be like, Pacquiao! So, yes, it is financial, which, again, is everything this motherfucker is alive for, because he supports, I've heard hundreds of people literally supports them. So
is that what's going on with the money? What have you heard about? What do you think is happening with Pacquiao?
Family. I heard family. He's got an extended family. He's been always very generous. I'm talking cars, houses, and then he has an entourage. He takes care of their family. And then when he got into religion, I guess he got even more giving. So then it was part of, you know, the Catholic thing is a part of your, you know, your giving. So, you know, you hear rumors, shit like that, you know, and so, he owes a lot of money.
You
but this way, it doesn't pay his taxes.
You see the videos of him walking out of the gym out of the wild card over in the Philippines. The guy's handing out cash. He's like, goddamn, on Thanksgiving, handing out turkeys like Nino Brown.
He's like Roberto Duran, man. This guy would just give away money, apparently. He would go to back to Panama and just hand out fucking money like crazy, man.
No, that's absolutely true. I mean, Steve Kim's written articles about it, I believe, about how he's got so many people counting on him financially. It puts a major strain on him. So, and then when I mean, I don't know how much Heyman had to pay his back taxes to make this fight happen. So I don't know if that's worked into the deal. Say, like, if he owed, I don't know, I heard it was upwards of 20 plus million. So even let's be conservative, say 10 million. So that means someone had to pay his $10 million to make this fight, because they wouldn't have sanctioned it. The government would have allowed it, basically, until he paid his back taxes. So that means somebody's already cut a check with $10 million. So you got to imagine, so if he's making 5 at least, right, and they're saying, you know, Broner's making 5, so there's 10 off the top right away you got to gross, you take care of, and then now they're covered. This thing's got to pull down fucking big numbers for this thing to be a success, financially anyways. Because somebody, like I said, somebody paid that fool's tab. So I'm sure they're not going to eat that 10 million. And I'm saying, again, conservative. I've heard upwards of 30. It was closer to 30, but you know what I mean? Who knows?
By the way, in the chat, thank you, Undercover Asian, for the donation. So what is the PBC expecting out of fucking Pacquiao? Was it a gamble that they took?
Everything's money. He's driven by money. And he probably thinks, because, again, what's the richest fight in history? Who was involved in it? Mayweather and Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Right? And remember, because all we saw was Mayweather's promotional seals all around that press conference the other day. Mayweather's got his hand in this. Who knows? Maybe Mayweather's talking to Al, saying, listen, you know, fucking no matter what, we'll let him do this fight, and then I'm going to come back. We'll have the fucking Mayweather Pac 2. The thing will pull down. If we do half the numbers, it'll still be insane. And so, who knows? You know what I mean? I just know somebody got talked into paying that fool's tax bill, and they must have been promised something.
I mean, what's the downside to Heyman though? So let's say what Jimmy is saying is correct, right? 12 rounds, fucking shit fest, you know, shitty ass fight. What does he have to worry? He never has to sell either one of these 2 boxers ever again. It's a win-win for Heyman, you know.
Well, again, it is if he didn't now say it sells 500,000 pay-per-views, which I don't know. Do you guys think it will?
No,
I don't know.
No way.
All right, so it's $75 a piece, right? Just do the math. Now you got to split half right off the bat with who's doing it? Showtime's the carrier, their pay-per-view service.
Fox.
So Fox. Okay, so Fox's pay-per-view service instantly gets half of the gross. So now that splits in half. So whatever's left then has to pay, more than likely, it's got to cover fucking whoever invested into, you know, took care of Pac's tax bill. So there's got to be a lot of money made. So if this doesn't get covered, say it just covers the purse and got the names done, but the dude still, is owed $8 million, or whoever paid, Pac's taxes, they're gonna have to make another fight. And I'm just saying it's gonna become problematic for Al in him if he puts up a stinker.
You think it's gonna be problematic for him and him himself? I'm saying it doesn't matter, right? That's my money. That's my point. That's my
Except
point.
for money. The only problem for him is money because, again, senators over there, I mean, I think the senator salary is equivalent to like $30,000 a year. Yeah. It's kind of hard to support, 108 family members on that, right? It sucks because he's generous, and having a good heart to his family might end up costing him, which, it's better than going against the drugs.
Right. That's true. Legacy,
Right.
By the way, you were right. It's a Showtime pay-per-view. The Fox pay-per-view is going to be Spence Jr. against Mikey Garcia.
Wow. They talked them into doing that's going to be their first pay-per-view with Spence Garcia.
Man, Fox are going to be fucking shocked in a few months or in a year. They're going to be like, what the hell did we get into, man?
I just don't think that fucking I just don't think that pay-per-view is going to sell well. It's a very regional thing, you know what I mean? Garcia is popular amongst the Hispanic and the Mexicans in the Southwest. He's a talented kid. It's just Spence has never even really, come close to pay-per-view status. It's just a big stretch. It's a big ask, especially coming out less than a month after their previous pay-per-view. That's
the balls in the chat or whatever. He put Pacquiao's guaranteed $20 million for the Broner fight.
What?
Yeah, I read it just a couple of minutes ago. In fact, he's guaranteed.
No, this
that is fucking genius.
There goes that Fox money. He'll probably just walk away, say, "Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna fight." Oh my God, he's gonna cost that company so much money, man. Jesus Christ, he made good decisions.
I got to go back to the Philippines, buy new the F-450 Ferrari for the Jinky. Boy, make me new chicken tenders. I feel like celebrating tonight. 20 million. Yes.
Oh man.
God bless you, Al Heyman. God bless you. God bless you, sir.
Oh, well, I read that he's taking 10 millions plus at least 10 millions from pay-per-view. And for Broner, it was said that he's getting just 2.5 millions. Plus
no way,
money.
wait. That can't be because I read over here that. Well, he was in the press conference actually. Adrian Broner said that he was like basically insulted by Bob Arum's offer for him to fight Crawford. The offer was $2 million.
Yeah, that's what's crazy, but
like basically insulted by Bob Arum's offer. Oh, Pete, you should mute your mic, man. What's that official?
That's why I thought that it was ironic that I read he was getting paid 2.5 millions, but it's 2.5 mils plus pay-per-view money. It's not only 2.5 millions.
Yeah, but still, okay. Yeah.
Matu said Heyman pimp Fox. He sure did.
Man, $2 million, man. And fucking Broner.
$40 million from. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say he turned down $40 million from Rock Nation. Remember?
We talked about that. Yeah, Cachnello in the chat mentioned that Broner should have taken that offer then. Huh?
I just need myself in the bollocks. I'm in fucking agony right now.
What's going on, man?
In the balls.
You need yourself in the balls?
Yeah, man. I got up from an awkward position.
Oh.
All right.
Hey, is that a predator? Pete, is that a predator picture?
Baby. You know.
Nice. Look at that picture. What's going on? I like the fucking Avi.
That's what it's all about right now. That's my life right now. I'm glad to be on the podcast, man. I'm happy to be here with y'all, Jimmy. Been listening for a long time, man.
That's what my new chest tattoo says, bro. Predator of life. That's what mine says across my chest.
No, I thought it said X for life.
Nah, it says Predator of life, bro.
Oh, sorry.
You said Predator for life or Predator? I'm having a hard.
Predator of life, bro.
Okay, of life. All right, excellent. Okay.
Breaking up, bro.
You're breaking up,
Come
man.
on.
Pete, you're breaking up.
Y'all hear me now or what?
Yeah, we hear you.
I'm like Stewart. I feel like Stewart, man. I feel like Stewart. I can't get a fucking signal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get a cane pole. Let me get a cane pole real quick. Let me get an antenna.
Hey, the difference between you is when Stu cuts off, he goes silent. You're just mumbling a bit.
No, this is Stu. Can I do Stu? Hang on a minute. Hang on. When I used to.
Every once in a while, I play the Black Ops.
You understand what I'm saying? No,
You know what I mean?
Hey, can you guys hear
Bro,
me now
come on,
clearly?
bro.
Can y'all hear me clearly now or no?
Yeah.
Nah, well, I kind of.
Come on, Buccio. Don't give me a fucking hard time.
All I
Hang
hear
on.
is this.
I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna go on mute and get a better microphone here.
Is it me or is there just a bunch of whole new panelists on this show recently? It's just
Yeah.
a lot of new people coming on.
Man, all I hear is this shit.
What's wrong with that, Cameron? What's wrong with that, Cameron?
Oh, it's good, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's a good thing. Yeah, especially,
All right.
we need to replace boxing style, so keep coming.
Man, boxing style. You know what, guys? Man, boxing style. He tries, bro, but you know what? He just got that attitude. He don't even know. He means well sometimes, you know what I mean? But he's just he's a ball buster. What is that?
That's the Predator laugh.
Predator stuff.
Yeah, that's Predator laugh.
Hey, Bucho, I just posted on Hangouts the link for what they're getting for the fight. That's all.
Yeah, got it. Manny Pacquiao guaranteed at least. Sorry, what's that?
I said there's going to be one surprised accountant. Wait till they try to make the numbers balance for that fucking shit show. If that's the kind of money they've been offering, throwing around, plus paying that dude's tax bill, ain't no way in fucking hell that thing's gonna have to sell in the excess of 2 million fucking pay-per-views to cover that kind of nut.
Hey, Jimmy,
Jimmy, could that be built in the 20 million though?
What's that?
Could that be built in the 20 million for the fight? Like that's, in other words, 10 is what you get for the fight, and we'll put the 10 right here just to get your tax bill squared up.
Yeah, exactly. That could be figured into the 20. Right, exactly. A good point.
What's Pacquiao's tax situation in the U.S.?
I've heard the numbers thrown around between 10 and 30 million he owed in back taxes.
Damn.
Pacquiao.
Damn. So why is he going back to the United States? Can't he fight?
Remember, he was trying to get that fight. Well, Jeff Horn was in Australia, and then he was trying to have that other fight. Remember, it was supposed to happen in Dubai, and all of a sudden it got canceled. There was all these weird places being offered up. That was the reason, because Pacquiao said, I'm not paying that tax bill. It was off the Mayweather fight.
That's what spurred the Macau. When the first time he fought in Macau, remember when Pacquiao fought in Macau?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was Algeria? Algeria, maybe.
Yeah, it was Algeria.
Hey, is he on the card tonight? Did somebody say Algeria on the card tonight?
Algeria's on the card, yeah.
Cooking or fighting?
Yeah, he's taking a break from his full-time career as being Danny Jacobs' cooker and just going back to fighting for a bit.
Hey, whatever diet he was on for Triple G, boy. I never seen Danny Jacobs look like that before or since. He came out like a fucking monster in there. He had to be 195 pounds in there against Triple G.
Yeah, he was a big dude. I can tell you right now.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I got a wicked delay, dude, and I end up talking over people. I apologize. Keep going, bro.
No. I was saying I was impressed by Andre Rozier, man, in that Triple G fight. I was impressed by his demeanor, man, as a trainer coming in the corner. You know, when Jacobs would come back. I never. The last time I saw Rozier was the Triple G knocked out. What's his name? Kid from New York.
Oh,
his nephew.
Stevenson. Stevens.
Yeah. But I'm saying when they were mic'd up in the corner there, Rozier I thought was giving Danny Jacobs some damn good advice. You know what I mean? And I just hope he comes back that big against Canelo. But let me ask you all a question as I take over here. Is that the Canelo fight 168 or 160?
160.
160. Yeah, it's 160.
I thought Jacobs moved up to 168.
No, it's for all
Wow.
about.
Yeah, because obviously it's been an advantage for Canelo to be at 160. It's going to have to make fucking Jacobs, because obviously he's such a big middleweight. It's going to be real hard to get in at 160. So not hard, like he can't do it, but obviously it's going to be a lot easier for him to do 168. So why give him the advantage? And Canelo did fight at 168, so he probably already knows he's faster and hits harder at 160.
Well,
because remember, he was at 154 his whole life. He just jumped to 160.
Well, you eat those Mexican tacos down there, and that beef in Mexico, man. It's
makes you gain muscle.
Right? Yeah.
It's the only meat that gives you muscles. You know.
Did one reporter even ask him? Seriously, I'm asking this. I'm not even trying to be funny. Did anybody ask him what about his trip to Germany a month before he popped?
Oh yeah.
Why did you go to Germany again?
Oh, like Alex
I'm just
Rodriguez.
curious.
Do you know that Alex Rodriguez went to Germany to get knee surgery, and that's when he got busted the second time?
You're never gonna hear a reporter.
You know what he
ask
got
any
busted
type of,
for, right?
Well, Jimmy, they masked the whole thing because they called it a trip, because Canelo was not only in Germany, he was in the Vatican and he was in France.
the Vatican. Yeah.
So, yeah, he was
post blessing.
Fucking yeah.
Hey, Father, can you throw me out a blessing before the fight?
El hijo mío Canelo, ven aquí.
Yeah, he was getting some. I think he drank some holy water.
I'm going to see the Pope.
Get the fuck out of here.
Te voy a aplicar una cosa que es bien importante. Si tú eres de sangre de Christ, de Dios.
I didn't know the Pope was Puerto Rican, man. Like, fuck.
You must go out and fight, my son. Sí, papi. Sí.
Gracias, Pope Papi.
My cousin Pope Papi. Gracias, papi.
I went for a piss.
Gracias.
I'm listening to some sort of Spanish fucking podcast, man. What's fucking going on?
Where's Stu tonight, guys? Where's Stu?
He can't get on with his internet, man. He can't even turn it on probably at this
Man,
point.
I would love to be on that call when he calls customer service for his internet provider. This fucking guy in the Philippines in a mountain. It's dropping me.
Wait, I got a message. I got a message from Stu. Stu told me to tell you guys this. Listen, guys, I'm sorry that I couldn't make the show today. You know, it's certain problem. But I hope you guys
You're a comedian. You make people laugh.
Hey, back to that thing Jimmy brought up about like someone asked him if he's been to Germany. You know why you're never going to see that?
Catch you next time.
You know why you're never going to see that is because that reporter will get his credential yanked. Bet money.
No, exactly.
Come on.
You're never going to.
A while ago, this trip to Germany. We brought this a while.
No. I'm saying you're never going to hear someone ask that and put somebody on the spot.
Like pose it pose the question as almost inquiring. What were you doing in Germany?
Fuck no.
No, exactly. No. Somebody might say, "How was your trip to Germany?" Oh, I heard you went to Germany, but nobody's going to ask, "Were you there for any?" Could you say who you met? Only because it's, I don't know. That's where the best athletes go, and that's why when people say, "Oh, you ate dirty meat," well, listen. You remember that HBO special before he fought? I think it was was that big the black kid he knocked out with that vicious right hand who had the female trainer.
Kirkland.
Yes, Kirkland. Remember the fucking video? It showed his trainer, who is also a licensed butcher, carving that nasty piece of meat. It was beautiful. He's like, "Oh, yeah, they get the best over here." Oh, really? So it's like, oh, what, you forgot about that video? You think that motherfucker was running down to the local fucking Choke and Puke and wolfing down $3 burgers? You know what I mean? That motherfucker's having it flown in on ice.
Irregardless if he did or not. It's still on him. You understand? It's irregardless if it was tainted meat or not. That's the thing about VADA, bro, that no one seems to understand. They keep that shit in house because if you're going to say that you had tainted meat, tainted supplement, anything like that, you have to go out and prove that was tainted, and not just what you have. You have to go out and find a lot number on a supplement, go out to the shelf independently, and prove that that substance in there. He did none of that. So fuck off with this tainted meat stuff. You got to prove that. You can't just blindly
produce the taco right now. Produce that taco.
No, show me. No, hey, how about you go to the meat packing house where you supposedly got this meat from, and we do some fucking test. And if it comes back inconclusive that we can't find this tainted meat, quote unquote, then fuck you. You're done. But that's a bunch of fucking bullshit.
What about that dude from fucking that magazine? He writes normally MMA. I can't remember his name now, but he was the one all over Twitter after that happened, calling all the boxing fans who were questioning Canelo idiots. You don't know what you're talking about. And he was trying to talk about Pico Grill. And then he got caught for child porn.
Mike, who is that? Mike Moreno? Mike Moreno?
Fuck, I can't. He black-haired kid. This fucking his Twitter account's obviously down. I guess he got sent to prison. He's from the UK, Scotland, I believe. Fuck, I can't remember his name. He was all, dude. They were talking about him. He got into Twitter wars with fucking Mike Montero and a bunch of people. And but then it just come out last month. He just got arrested for kiddie porn on his computer.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear about that.
Ian Hand, that was that fucking retard. Ian Hand or Ian Hunt, something like that. But it was Ian Kidd. MMA writer. Ian Kidd. Yep, that's him. He's that fucking kid who was just saying all kinds of ridiculous shit. I got into it with him even on Twitter, and I just kind of fucking giggled when he got popped for child pornography.
Yeah, didn't he have something like over 1,000 indecent images of child pornography on his computer or something? What a fucking...
Oh, brutal. Yeah, brutal. He's going away. That fucking diddler.
Ian Kidd, an MMA writer.
Ian Kidd. Yep, the MMA writer who fucking was just bashing Steve, Mike Montero, anybody who questioned anything, like we're all idiots. And
see, people that I'm starting to notice that people that accuse people of things and they're like bullshitters and whatnot, and they're like, you know, like quick to try to hurt someone just because they disagree. They usually like got some skeletons behind their closet, you know.
Well, they're doing studies with that.
Mayweather, exactly.
Mayweather, yep. Mm-hmm.
They're doing studies right now with that precise. Actually, Jordan Peterson's involved in that, finding out.
What you said,
I was gonna say what you just said, and then like Jason Bourne, what he keeps talking about. Yeah, this guy who's always accusing Jimmy of something he didn't do. You know who we're talking about? He's probably a fuck.
Most of the time, like this is what I think. I agree with what Recognize said. The people that go around and make accusations about other people out of the blue, especially, they're the ones who have got something, you know, hidden on their computers or something going on. Always the way.
Yeah. You know, listen, I'll give you guys a quick story, man. There was this guy that I kind of like made friends with. We were dating sisters. Okay, so I was dating one sister, he was dating the other. And I had no idea this motherfucker was talking shit about me. Like this, listen, the girl would come back. The girl that I was dating would say, "Oh, I know you have someone else." She'll say things like that. I wonder how she figured it. Like, I wonder how she knew that, right? Because I didn't really pay attention to the other boyfriend, other than, you know, we would say what's up and talk basketball or whatever. And,
yeah, he was one of the girls, though. He was one of the girls.
But I had no idea this piece of shit was out there telling this girl everything I did, because we did know people. We knew some mutual friends, right? Some mutual friends that he knew and I knew, and I even bumped into him one time with another girl. I didn't say anything. That's none of my business, right?
Right.
This faggot was going around telling this girl everything about me. But I was the wrong guy to do this to, right? I was the wrong guy to do this. So one day I see him, and we're not with the two sisters, right? And I was like, yo, listen, I just want to tell you to your face that you over here telling, I'm not going to say the girl's name, that I'm doing this and that, but I know you're doing this and that. So why are you lying? Why are you doing this? Why are you playing games like that? And don't lie to me. I know you said it. So he comes clean. He's like, nah, what I said was, So what I did, he was a pussy, right? Like I knew he was a pussy. So I got the girl on the phone, and I said, look, tell her about that chick. What's her name? What? Yeah, tell her that you was with her. If you don't say it, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you right here in front of everybody. The guy was like, "Yeah, I did that." He was a pussy. Like he was just like a little.
What did he say? What was the reason why he was doing that?
I didn't realize that he was, and I made
deflecting.
I made him
exactly.
I was kind of mean to like in this situation. I was like, I made him say, "You're gonna tell her that's a lie. What you said about me. If you don't, I'm beating your ass right here in front of everybody." Okay, and unless you could get yourself out of it, you could get yourself out of it. But I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna start hitting you. So
you came over the top on him. You came over the top on him. Yeah.
And so he just told her, "No, what I said about Frank. That's my name. Like, that wasn't true. And yes, I was sleeping with this girl."
It was true though. You're up to some shit. But why is it for guys to run around and talk like that?
I'll tell you why he did it. He's a rat. What he did was
he's a rat. He's a natural rat.
What he does. So listen, right? Say he sees you, right? What he does. Think about it. His girl isn't gonna. If you're fucking tapping a sister, there's the other chick tapping another dude. She's not going to be worried about what you're doing if she's in her sister's shit, worried about her sister's boyfriend running around. Plus, you look like the type of dude saying, "Oh, man, that motherfucker's running around." So gets all their fucking drama involved in your world. So he's just being a scumbag. Guys like that need to be fucking their nuts cut.
Yeah, they're like one of the girls, man. They're chit-chatting. They're fucking gossiping about what Frank did, what Pete,
Yeah, exactly.
Just take your sister. I'll take mine. We got to fucking,
Hey guys, we're talking about the people that talk the most about or accuse somebody of something are usually it's a reflection of themselves. But somebody mentioned in the chat an old video where Steve Kim is confronted by barbershop conversation. If you guys know, that's a fucking LDBC channel. So let's listen a bit to this.
Well, no, Wilder I actually like. I don't know what your problem.
All right, let's see.
Gervonta Tank Davis is actually that you don't even see it anymore.
So that's the point I'm making. I think you're so stuck in your ways now that you don't even see it anymore.
Here's the thing, though. I don't want to get into this too much with you.
Oh, we can't really hear shit. There's a lot of noise in the background. But anyways, yeah, these people that accuse Steve Kim of being a racist.
Fuck you. Come on, Mike. We have to talk like that. Fucking talk to me. I want to talk to you. Fuck off.
Did anybody watch Mike Tyson on the Rogan podcast? It was really good.
Oh, it was good. I thought it was good, man.
Yeah, man, I thought it was really good. Tyson seems like he's quite. I think he's changed, man. I think he's got down to earth now.
It's been a line for a while now. Fuck, I mean.
The thing is this: I was working all night last night, and I watched that Rogan podcast, and then I watched. Basically, just what's his name? Office Honcho Boxing. Y'all ever heard of this guy?
Yeah.
He, good videos. And he had Mike Tyson's most awkward moments or something. Wow, Mike Tyson was a beast, man. Wrestling with this tiger, slapping a basketball out of his mouth. I mean, he's wrestling with this tiger like I'm playing around with my dog, man. And he's whacking this basketball out of this full-grown tiger, big motherfucker. Wrestling around with it, cursing everybody out. Oh, Mike Tyson was the bomb. He was a conflicted guy. You know what I mean? You could tell.
Yeah, he was hanging around the wrong people. Fuck, I mean, obviously Don King didn't help. Then he got into with that Nation of Islam thing, or I don't know what the hell he was. But I mean, do you think these guys have Tyson in their best interest? Of course, fucking not, man.
I'll tell you what, that Rogan interview didn't get into it, but can I post a link to a Tyson interview that I watched last night after the Rogan podcast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where do I post it at?
In the chat.
Okay. Yeah, the interview was about a guy. It was a foreign author who was interviewing him in front of an audience, and he was talking about his youth. Like from 11 years old. How he got into pigeons and just ridiculed and, just interesting, man. The guy, he really had no shot coming up, if you think about it. Really had little to no shot of doing anything in life, but he found boxing. He's a beast. Fucking beast.
Well, how did we get into Mike Tyson here? Oh yeah, fucking Cameron did.
Because Matrix confronted the snitch. Matrix got on the phone.
So that's how we got into Mike Tyson.
Handle that shit.
Yeah. Fuck. All right.
Recognize went up to that guy like Tyson in the press conference. I'm making my girlfriend, you hoe. I'm making my girlfriend. You
Recognize was threatening the guy to like he was gonna making his bitch or something.
Yeah. You suck my dick. Suck my dick, you faggot.
Suck my dick, man.
What?
Tell her I didn't do those things.
Yeah, tell him I didn't do those things and tell him that you did on the telephone. Say it. All right.
Recognize he's got that tight black shirt on with a Kangol hat. Yeah, you hoe. You can't fuck with a real man.
Hey guys, I gotta jump back off, man. It was awesome talking to you guys, man. I'm a little I'm on those feet right now.
All right, man. Thanks for joining
Captain
us.
Hook knows what I'm doing. Captain Hook knows what I'm doing. He checked out on me. I'm still here working.
Check if you're in the Goro's liar chat. Check out. I've just posted one. It's fucking desperate girl.
Yeah, I just told him anyways, and I always post the link there. So apology. I don't know. Get your shit together, man. You know that link is always in the Goro Slayer group.
I reckon I shouldn't say that in you, man. The fucking screenshot just posted in that group chat. Basically, I've got a fucking desperate girl who's literally asked me to fuck her tomorrow night. I was posting a screenshot in the fucking Goro's chat.
Oh, you're talking about that shit. I thought you were talking about apology. Yeah, you just posted a piece of...
I don't know what's more desperate, a girl or apology to get on this fucking show.
Yeah, you can delete the picture, huh? Fuck.
No, the picture says, she basically says, yeah, tomorrow night it sounds like a plan. I went, that arse is becoming my property, and she goes, I like the sound of that. So fuck it, I'm in. I literally said that arse is becoming my property, and she's fucking down for it, so.
The fuck?
Fuck yeah, man.
What do you mean these fucking broads, man? Seriously.
Oh, man, every day I've got fucking bitches hitting me up like that.
Look at you, man. Fucking gangster.
Hey guys, I'm out of here for the night. All right, have a good one, guys.
All right, man. Thanks for joining
Billy.
us.
Thanks a lot, Billy. Thanks for the help today. Appreciate it.
I'm coming right now, you fucking dick. I'm on my way.
Knock you out.
Be there in a minute. See ya.
All right.
All right. Anyways, guys, maybe we should end the show because we're gonna do another show tomorrow, and it's gonna be longer, and it's gonna be before the Pacquiao fight.
Yeah.
And
hey guys, let me ask you one last question. Butch, I don't mean to cut you off. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna cut you off, Butch.
All right.
Hey, just the presser that I saw with Broner mouthing off to Bernstein, was that the final presser, or was there another one today?
It was the undercard one yesterday. Today was a weigh-in.
Yeah, today was a weigh-in. That's it. There's no more press conferences.
Where the fuck you from? He just walked up here. Well, I gotta say, man, Bernstein handled that with such class. He made Broner look like even a bigger dick than he even was. I mean, that was the most awkward, embarrassing moment for Broner. Horrible.
Well, that's what you do with...
he's a clown, man.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
Clown. Yeah,
fucking Al Bernstein, man. Come on, man.
I mean, that's what you do with these ghetto, people who are ghetto. You just, you don't get confrontational. You just let them stay ghetto, and they're gonna look like fucking idiots. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, but Bernstein handled it so well. He's like, talking about
what did he say about Bernstein?
Oh, what a dick. Jimmy, tell him what happened.
Jimmy's gone. Jimmy's gone.
Jimmy talked about it. Oh, well, it was during the presser. And it was when Bernstein turns over to his left, and he asks for a comment from Broner. And Broner just basically says, "Fuck you." No, fuck you. You're giving me a hard time. You're hating on me on social media. Yeah. And Bernstein goes, "Are you talking about me personally?" And he goes, "Yeah, fuck you. I don't fuck with you. Fuck you. You're a bitch ass nigger. This and that." And Bernstein's like,
"Oh, bitch ass nigger."
He said that.
Wait, just watch it. It was embarrassing, man. He's a clown, man. Clown. So he asked his manager something. He goes, "All right, let me ask, what's his manager's name? Stafford? Stafford? Yeah, he goes, all right, let me ask Mike Stafford. Let me push that question to him then." And he goes, "He ain't talking to you either. We're a team. Fuck you."
Jeez, yeah, he's a dick.
You know, Pacquiao's over there texting. Pacquiao's over there fucking with his phone.
Smiling and texting. He doesn't give a fuck, man.
Listen, I just hope that the PBC said, "Broner, no testing."
Now you're breaking up, man. Pete, you're breaking up.
My bad, boy. I'm gonna get on tomorrow night, man. I'll be in shape tomorrow night.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, you got less than 24 hours to stay in shape.
I'll be back.
Apology was. Oh, he's on the show now. Apology.
Oh, Apology just got in finally. Too late, Apology, man. Well, hey, what was the thing that Broner was saying to Al Bernstein? Gang. What does that mean?
He's a fag, man.
What is that?
It's gang, right? It was like, he goes, "You don't fuck. If I'm not fucking with you, they ain't fucking with you," or something like that, wasn't it? There's some fucking bullshit like that.
He's a dumbass. He's like repeating. He's yeah.
It's worse than dumbass. Watch it, Matrix. It's fucking embarrassing, man. He made an ass of himself.
We'll start a hashtag gang. We're gonna start that right here on BDA Boxing.
Gang. I've heard that, like gang. I'm like, you sound like a fucking moron, man. What are you talking about?
What if Bernstein just put down? What if Bernstein just put down his papers and loosened his tie a little bit and just gave him a 2-piece right upside his fucking?
I hope Pacquiao knocks him the fuck out.
Cameron, I hope Broner gets Don Stevenson treatment.
Yeah, man.
Is that too far?
Oh, that'd be nice. No, that's not. Well, I mean, if you was on another podcast, yeah, that would be bad.
As long as one of his doctors takes a picture of him in the coma and puts it on social media, I'll be happy about that.
Easy. But how about that second knockdown in the McDonald fight when he hit him with that up and down work and he just fucking.
Picture, man.
What?
I could have a wank over a picture of Broner in a coma.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Too much, man.
Cameron's out of control, man.
Yeah.
Cameron, why are you so like over the top? Do you have a date tomorrow?
Yeah, he has a date tomorrow.
No date, bro. You seen the fucking messages, bro. I'm just gonna fuck her right in, mate. I can take that.
Right, okay.
You seen the picture, man? I sent the screen.
Yeah. So no date before, you just going straight in.
That's what I've been doing for the last month, man, to be fair.
Nice.
Jesus.
Like no paying for dates in it, just go straight in.
No dates. They keep saying, "Do you want a date?" And I'm like, "Fuck no," but I'll fucking like, nah, I'm not into that. And I'm like, all right.
Cameron, how old are you?
Yeah, exactly.
23.
Exactly. There you go. 20. Enjoy it, baby. Do it up, Cameron.
Yeah, that's why you're going crazy. I would
pure vanilla.
You know, if I ever saw that, like you coming to pick up my load, I'll shoot you.
You guys tell me I'm doing the right thing, but guys, if I won't run your daughters, you want to break my neck.
I'll kill you.
Is that Cameron?
That's disgusting. What the fuck?
You'd never be able to kill me, bro. If you kill me, you'd have X hunted with you for the rest of your life.
I'll kill that little bastard.
I've not seen him for a while, actually.
He's in the hospital. Yeah, exactly. He's in the hospital, man.
No, look, in all seriousness, after last year, you know, a lot of these fucking bitches are fucking. They mess us guys around, so it's best to just use them for one thing. That's what I feel like. Use them for their body. And get another one.
Matrix.
You just need to make a nice girl. That's all it is, Cameron.
Yeah, man.
Matrix, you're early 40s, right? Early 40s?
Yeah, mid 40s.
I'm 40 next month.
Nice.
23 was a hell of a time. Go out there and do it, Cameron. Go out there and get them birds.
23 just goes by like a blink.
I calmed down because in December, so the whole December I sat with 8 different women. I was like, right, I need to fucking slow it down a bit because I will get fucking HIV at some point, right? So.
No.
Hey, by the way, just some advice, Cameron. Check yourself. You know, go to the medical, to the doctor, and.
Fam, just
saying, man.
In the first place.
Actually, Cameron, don't even think about that. It's just gonna fuck you up, man.
Yeah, just go ahead, dude. Just do your thing.
Yeah,
man.
Cameron, just enjoy getting AIDS, you know, but enjoy the ride. Yeah, it's like do it like a Magic Johnson, you know, like hey, he had fun getting AIDS, you know.
I don't think he's having fun.
You don't give a shit.
Nah, listen, man. I mean, I am careful. I
You're not.
I use condoms with about 15% of the girls, so I am being careful.
20 minutes ago, you posted up a screenshot of a girl. 20 minutes ago, he posted up a screenshot. Hey, look at this girl. I'm gonna fucking.
Yeah.
Cameron, do your thing, man. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy.
Man, everybody got AIDS and shit. Man, everybody got AIDS and shit.
Pretty, you're in the group chat. Oh, you would have seen the picture I sent you, man. She is desperate, man.
Oh, you should have seen the. You should have seen the ass that I sent. You would have been.
Have you sent something a thing?
Oh, you asking me? I sent something.
Oh, he deleted it though.
Oh fuck! I'll send the ass that she fucking sent me. Hang on, there you go. I've just sent you the picture of the ass she sent me. Oh no, it's not really the ass. It's more the fucking legs and shit. The fucking figure. That's what I'm smashing tomorrow night. Be decent. John Gonzalez in the chat. He's thinking of fucking probably killing her, right? He fucking looking at pictures and shit.
Damn, Cameron. You sure that's legit? Like, because you know how girls use angles.
Yeah,
and
well,
you come up
Do
and
you know what, bro? I'm
Bruce
so
Jenner.
horny right now. I don't give a fuck if she's fat or skinny. She's getting fucking
right.
nailed tomorrow night.
Oh God! Hey, by the way, in the chat,
damn.
In the chat,
That's the spirit.
Punisher.
That's the spirit.
In the chat, the Punisher is saying corruption in boxing went ass eating with Cameron. That is why corruption sounded like Apology Man. A few.
No, that
was abstract. That was abstract.
Yeah, that was abstract, man. That was abstract.
That was
Just
abstract.
like
Look, one day I'll find myself, pending I don't get AIDS, I will find myself a missus and settle down and have a good life. Pending I don't get AIDS.
You're not gonna get AIDS. Relax.
Exactly.
If you want protection, you won't.
AIDS.
That's what Freddie Mercury's friend said to him, I think, at one point. But fucking look what happened there.
Yeah, okay, but Freddie Mercury wasn't messing around with females exactly.
AIDS. What AIDS? Nobody's gonna get AIDS here. Okay, don't
Relax.
that word
Relax. Just relax. I don't want to hear another word about it.
No AIDS.
Do you know what? Shepherd of Sun's a good point. We're all going to die one day anyway. So, okay.
Yeah, that is true. We just don't want to make it as early as possible. But I agree.
Yeah. Nah, listen. In all seriousness, just when you've got to enjoy the young life whilst you can. You know what I mean? It won't last forever. So.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I don't mean to be a party breaker, but have you talked about the Kovalev's case?
Kovalev.
Yeah. No, we haven't. Nobody cares. Kovalev allegedly hit a woman, but
Kovalev, it's the best victory he's had for years, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Damn.
I know. I saw a bunch of videos from the LDBC. They're trying to pick up this story, like, hey, see, there's a guy that's
no place going to be about earlier on, man. I need to watch it.
Butcher, was it a Christy Mack beating or was it a Floyd beating?
No, it was like a single punch, I think.
Okay.
But
so Floyd beating.
It wasn't. He basically broke her ribs and knocked her teeth down her throat. You know.
Some bullshit. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. The story sounds kind of weird. It's not the same. It's not the same level as Mayweather. That looked more like a premeditated fucking thing. You know what I mean? Where he knew what he was gonna do.
Kathy Duva basically refused to suck his dick. That's what happened with that situation.
God damn.
It smells awful. All right. In the chat, Uncle Burnt apostrophe says, "Can't stand the sound of Low Place's voice." That's true. That's true. Anyways,
I watched the video on Low Place's channel one time where he was hitting like a homemade double-ended bag in his room.
Yeah, when he said he wanted to fight Vosdick.
He was doing
like I'm not a boxing expert. I'm not a boxing expert.
Apology. He wanted to fight Vosdick.
What video was that? What video?
Vosdick.
Yeah, one is recent.
So
is it the one where? Oh, go ahead.
So no, that's what I'm saying. He actually wants to fight Gvozdyk. He said those words.
Yes.
To avenge his boyfriend. No, seriously, what video is it? I need to see it.
Dog, he had like a coat hanger with the size of a 2-liter Coke bottle on some kind of a string in his room, and he was going, "All right, what do you want me to throw? Jab, uppercut? All right, here's a 1-2."
If you look at his recent videos,
he was out of breath, bro. He was out.
He looked like my fucking 10-year-old nephew punching.
Hey guys,
punches for like 2 minutes.
He's fat.
This fat son of a bitch. This fat son of a bitch. This fat son of a bitch.
Fat place.
Fat. Listen, I'm not a boxing expert, but I can throw better punches than low place, man. Seriously, man. I'll even post a fucking video, man. Like, his hooks were all like, his elbows were down and shit.
You found it.
Yo, apology, you gotta watch it, man. He's out of.
We should work on that video in the next rabbit video.
His technique's so poor.
I know, that's what I'm
Bad, man.
I was just waiting for somebody to walk in that room,
I can
do
tell
that
you
door,
that.
knock the bag off, and be like, "Stop punching the fucking wall."
Pete, I was waiting for his mother to walk in the room, be like,
Stop hitting my fucking walls. I mean, he had like a damn bungee cord going on. Oh my god.
Well, fucking low place. He's lost the plot recently, right? He did a few videos. He did a video talking about some fucking woman. Then he did a video about some guy's channel, and he was calling him. He was going in on him, fucking raging and screaming about it. He does like 10 videos a day now, just moaning and moaning and moaning. I suppose that guy hasn't been had a heart attack yet. The amount of stress he puts on himself.
I think he called us the boxing. Was it the boxing bitch arena, whatever?
I said that to Stu last night. He was in the chat last night, Lopez. I don't know if you know about it. He was on the chat last night on the show. And I said to him, I was like, Lopez, didn't you say in your fucking video that you're ostracizing yourself from this channel and don't want anything to do with it, yet you're in the fucking chat again? Doesn't make sense, man.
I like him on the show, man. I mean, he stirred the pot on purpose, you know. But pretty good points. He talked about Deontay Wilder spouting off at Radio Raheem and why how he embarrassed himself and why would you do that? Come on the show with this.
He said Radio Raheem would have had every reason to shoot him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but then he comes on the show. He's talking about pound for pound, Adonis Stevenson, Badu Jack. And, come on, man.
I think he still has Stevenson like top 3 after being put on the
life.
Yeah, seriously. I think he still got him in top 3. You know, he got Vosdick at number 1. I think.
Yeah, Vosdick's the new king. The new king.
Oh my god.
Look what. All right, man.
You must have thought it was White Boy Day.
All right. All right, let's end it.
Guys,
Let's end.
Good talking to you, man. I'm gonna talk to y'all tomorrow for the show, man. I'm hyped up, man.
Yeah, I'll send you the link, man. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Well,
Peace.
We have who's that? John Gonzalez.
Hello.
What's up, man? All right. Well, we're gonna end the show. So, John.
Bye.
Yeah, join us tomorrow, man. Hey, we gotta do a second Renaissance, man. Fuck, it's been ages, man.
Hey, real quick, Gonzalez just got that bamboo stick up with the antenna on it. After all that trouble, now you're not gonna let him on the show.
No, that's not John. That's Gonzalo.
Yeah, I'm mistaken. This new John Gonzalez with Gonzalo today on Twitter. Because I saw John Gonzalez Twitter and I wrote him, "Hey, are you Gonzalo from BDA or not?" But as I see,
John Gonzalez is the rapist.
No, serial killer, not rapist.
Serial killer, dirty rapist. Oh, come on. We know you raped them before you killed them. It's well known. The autopsies prove that. All right, let's end the show, man. We have to end it. Thanks for joining us, guys, man.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Peace, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Show tomorrow.
Yeah, we're doing a show tomorrow.
Nice.
Before the Pacquiao fight. All right. Please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to receive notifications. If you can, support us on Patreon or PayPal. What else? Check out BDA Boxing Live, which is our second channel. Mr. BDA just posted a video about Spence and Garcia. It's a fight analysis video. Check it out. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Spreaker, iTunes, Google Play Music, and Stitcher, and I don't know, other fucking podcast platforms. So go ahead and check us out. Just give us shout out in the chat. Who do we have? We had John Doe, Chris Gonzalez, The Punisher, The Shepherd of Sons, as always. Apology Man was also in the chat. He was in the Hangouts as well. John Gonzalez. Who else? It was a lot of people. Tell Me Temper was here as well. The Punisher, I said the Punisher. Oh yeah, Jason Bourne. Of course, Jason Bourne. Always repeating the same stuff. Hawker Mustang as well. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next time and take care. Have a nice fucking day.